So I took a look, and here my resonator's got a little hole in it.
Well, they're supposed to have a weep hole.
Well, this hole is about the size of my pinky.
I got it. Never mind. Sorry.
Surprise! We're live.
So I'm gonna cut the resonator out and just put a pipe in place.
Oh yeah, yeah. All this muffler was a resonator after the cat anyway. So the pipe that went down the center of the resonator with all the perforated holes in it stayed, but the outside shield and all the glass packing slid off.
Too bad you couldn't get like a little cherry bomb put on the back of that thing.
Well, you could.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I can, but the problem is it wouldn't be any quieter or louder or anything than it is right now. So I'm just putting a straight pipe on it. I'm just going to go out and get me a piece of galvanized fence post and slide her on.
What you're going to need to do is mount a microphone down your tailpipe and put it on a like a loudspeaker.
Yeah, I've got the PA siren speaker and stuff. I just don't have it on because of the legalities and stuff. But yeah, I got to get with you if we get a chance to meet up at Matt's meetup. I got to get with you and talk to you about microphones and stuff for real.
I mean, I've got my guitar amps and stuff. I got a spare little one. We could mount that in the back end on your trunk lid of it.
We could turn the whole back of the Gopher into a boombox.
Yeah, and just have a microphone down there, and what we'll do is we'll get we'll lower the tone on it so when it comes out, it actually sounds like a hot rod. Then go bah, 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 bah.
Other than the turtle fart, it sounds like now.
Yeah. They complain about the loud. I'm sorry. My exhaust system, it's a stock exhaust, I tell you.
Yeah, the whole exhaust is only like 3.5 foot long.
Mm.
From header from the manifold all the way to the tip.
That's mid-engine anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's it. Poor guy.
I would expect your tires to blow before you lose your bugs.
Yeah, that's another thing. I got to try and get all that plastic patched up. I'm going to try and plaster weld, take and heat up some big industrial staples, some upholstery staples, heat them up and punch through to make clips, and then plaster weld all the plastic back together. Which it should be fine all summer. It's just I'm not going to haul it through the winter like I was thinking that I could. Because when it started to contract from that cold, it cracked everywhere.
I took my hand at plastic welding, and
yeah,
I mean, it's not hard. It's not pretty, but it works.
Yeah, I've got a whole bunch of plaster weld sticks from years ago. I mean, when we were doing ABS plastic and PVC plastic, the two different types, which I can't remember which ones they are. We were welding a lot of that for piping and stuff. And I've got a bunch of those sticks around here someplace.
I used to use cable ties.
Yeah, zip ties. Yeah, zip ties are ABS.
Yeah, that's what basically was on a motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ABS plastic is what most of those, because it's more forgiving. It'll flex a lot more than the PVC plastic. PVC plastic is more rigid.
I got a video that's rendering. It's called "Nothing to See Here."
Oh, really? I just got one. It went up about 2 minutes ago.
I still got videos to pull off my card. I just got in.
I didn't talk about anything really interesting or a whole lot today. I talked a little bit, and I noticed that I just was enjoying the ride. So I'm gonna cut the dead spots out this time. But it's like there's nothing to see really. You know?
It's the same for me because the weather's just been such shit.
I mean, it hit 70 degrees today. I'm like, this is too freaking awesome.
It hit 78 down here.
Yeah, we were 69, something like that.
$78 is too warm for the winter gloves.
I had my summer gloves on.
My
But
summer.
I did have my wool lumberjack shirt on under my riding jacket, which is I left my liner in, and I was sweating like a freaking pig. Good way to lose weight.
Yeah, I had last year's underwear still on, so it was pretty hot.
Yeah, you mentioned that in your in one comment. You have underwear older than 8 years that you haven't taken off.
Buddy. They're still going strong. Well, around the legs, but not in the front and back. It's a little breezy there. But it's the thought that counts. It's the perception of maintaining.
Perception of maintaining.
Yeah, we don't actually have to have anything there.
As long as the waistband can show above your pants, you're fine.
Yeah, that's pretty much what all there's left is the waistband.
It's just there for looks.
So you're almost commando because you still have the waistband.
Yeah. Moto Matt, man, I forgot to pick up your goodies at the Taco Bell. Sorry about that.
He said he might be in later. He might be running late tonight.
Yeah, he just sent me a note saying that I forgot his order again. But I met some interesting folks out on the Taco Bell run today.
Hey, Mothman, I don't need that negativity in my life. Not right now. Dude posts 44 in snow for Monday.
What? I heard it was supposed to rain on Sunday, but I didn't know nothing about no snow.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that negativity, Mothman.
Where does he live?
Yeah, where does he live?
He lives a little north of me.
Oh.
Do you know exactly? I want the address.
I don't know the address.
I'm going to hunt him down. I'm going to put poop on his step.
Yeah, I don't need no bad weather. I got two surgeries I got to transport people to this week.
Coach. I see that. Mothman is negativity bullshit.
Negative
Coach.
I think if we keep getting all this rain and snow, I'm going to get some flotation devices for my motorcycle, and I'm going to get some tracks set for it with a ski for the front wheel and
paddle wheel in the back.
Roof. Yeah, no, but I have tracks in the back.
Oh, I went and ordered my tires today. Discovered a few interesting things.
Yeah.
They can still get the tires that are on my bike. They can still get them.
I'm just praying here. Just praying.
Okay, do we have a lag or not?
We don't have a lag again.
There we go.
No, just
What's
count
up,
to 12.
guys?
Just count to 12 and act like there's a lag for us. That way we don't miss it so much.
Make us feel more comfortable and just allow some time.
1.
Oh man,
I missed you guys.
What's up, guys?
Hello, Overland. 1.
Batman!
I'm not talking to you, Gopher.
I'm sorry, man. Listen, there was a new girl at the windows, and she gave me her phone number. I forgot all about your order.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I just finished watching.
Did you? Yeah. Do you see the little puppy dog?
I did.
Don't be a spoiler. I haven't watched the
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I should have.
I just got in. I ain't watched it either.
I know where Gopher lives. I see it in the videos every time. So, yep. here comes the poop bag for
That's
the
what I tell
spoiler.
people. That's what I tell people all the time. I'm not hard to find. If you're upset, you know where I am.
Taco Bell.
I show all the time my exact house. I never said it is my house, but I look right at it every time I ride by it.
That's not the one
And
you beep at.
Yeah, I was asking that.
No.
Is that the one you
No.
beep?
Nope, that's a friend. That's actually an older
Ah.
lady that I've helped out in the past, and she kind of housebound. So I tooted her my horn. I let her know I was thinking about her.
No, Mike, wouldn't it be easier to just say that's my girlfriend's?
No. I'm married to my girlfriend. I'm sorry to tell you.
Speaking of girlfriends,
We all are.
have you
We
found
all
Madonna
are.
yet?
Say what?
I said, speaking of girlfriends, has Overland found Madonna yet?
Madonna.
Oh no! Can you believe I forgot? Because there's so much rain that I wouldn't be able to see her. So I have a pretty much good excuse.
Overland, give me some time. I'll be posting my videos so you can see some sun.
Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Man, this is horrible. It's pouring rain, not right now. It's
Just
windy.
Pause it and enjoy the view.
There you big teaser you got. I'll tell you in a week or so. I'll tell you about good weather. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh yeah. I think we might have a wet year this year, though.
I
Yeah, it
still
won't be
have a
long.
lot to say about the weather.
We'll be wishing we were where Overland is when he's riding along that coastline.
Pretty soon I'll be riding it.
So I like sharing areas so much, I just never leave it.
You sure it's not that ankle bracelet? I mean, I can only draw on past experience. I'm not sure.
I have a repeater.
Faraday cage.
I used to strap mine to one of the goats and just let it walk around the farm.
Now I know where Muzzle got the goat. So you got the goat from you? Hey Muzzle, how you doing on energy?
Energy?
Yeah, you're kind of low this week.
I've been low on energy for quite some time.
Well, you answered me that you were fine.
I put a face on.
Did you have to buy a new one, or did you order some acid or something?
You got a new battery.
I put the new battery in yesterday.
But you were saying that probably you had some alternator issues too.
No. Somebody brought up that it could take the alternator out, and the goat's fine. I've had it. I've tested it, and everything's fine on it. It's just, I mean, a battery. I think after 8-9 years, a battery should be replaced. You know?
9 years, that's 8 years, that's too much on a bike. Too much. Batteries in Portugal.
I could probably get 10 years if I rode out of town more often.
No. If it's a lead acid battery, it won't last.
This is, well, it's lead acid. It's an AGM. It's the gel.
It's a gel battery.
Ah, it's a gel battery. That should last more. Yeah.
And I put a gel battery in it as a replacement. I don't look to get as long out of it as I did the original battery, but for the price, it was all right. I mean, I only paid like $45 for it, so it's all right.
But does it pay? Does it pay comparing to the lead acid batteries?
The gel batteries actually are much better. than the lead acid. I mean, I've had troubles with lead acids in the past and not lasting at all. But the gel batteries, actually the first gel battery I've ever had in a motorcycle was this one I just took out of it.
But what's the difference in price? What you're talking about? What the double? The double?
Price-wise?
Yeah.
Price-wise, I can get one for lead acid for about between $20 and $30.
That's very cheap. Yeah.
Unless I go to Walmart, I can get one for like $15. But I guarantee to be dead in a month or two.
You can order from China.
Actually, I can. I looked it up.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
20 for $1.
But I wanted it in now. I didn't want to wait 6 months from now.
Come on, it doesn't take that long. For my bike, an active battery would cost about 50 euros here, about $50. And the gel one would probably cost 120 bucks here.
I think my battery is about $70-80. That's gel.
But he got one from 40.
We need to take a boatload of batteries over to Overland.
Yeah.
Well, the main issue here is the transportation for sure. They all came from Russia, from China, and France. They are the main manufacturers.
I got enough room on the bike. We'll just put a bunch of flotation.
What? Floating?
Blow up a bunch of balloons and stick them in the.
We can borrow Bud's blow-up dolls.
No worries. I have a lot of fishing rods, so. Is it a homemade battery made in America?
What, mine?
No, the Mike's battery. Mike, your battery, is it
I think
US made?
Yeah. I think his connection took a shit. He got a Bike Master like I have. Or no, not a Bike Master. What did he get?
But that's a US brand?
I'm not sure.
Come on.
What did he get?
Is Deca made in the US still?
It might be.
I think it was bought out by one of the other bigger companies, but I thought they were still made in US.
You never know where anything's made anymore.
Well, that's true.
Unless you live right next to the plant and see them coming out the door.
Even that, it might be assembled here, but
right.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's what I really get upset about is that they say made in the USA. No, it's 5,000 parts shipped in from China that you assembled in the United States.
You do that to try to avoid the import tax.
The cardboard box that come in was made in the United States.
Yeah, well, most of those are made in Canada from the big tree companies up there, paper mills.
What
were you doing, Gardner?
They found me.
They found you. See, I told you that your ankle bracelet. I'm telling you.
What brand is your battery, Mike?
It's a chrome battery.
A what?
Chrome battery.
Chrome.
Hmm?
Overland was asking if it was a U.S. manufacturer.
It's actually made in Indiana.
Okay.
Are they remanufactured or are they brand new castings?
These are brand new castings.
All right.
The only thing they said that they do is they recycle lead.
Has anybody ever repurposed their batteries with the pickle brine?
No.
You boil and clean them out. A little carbonate soda, I think, baking soda, and flush them real good, and then you fill them full of pickle brine and charge them. And I've known guys that use them for 2-3 years without any problems.
Never heard of that.
Really? Look it up on YouTube.
Yes, believe you to.
Yeah, but some of the old mechanics used to do that with some of the 6-cylinder batteries and the old cars and everything. They use pickle brine. You've got to flush them first. You've got to get all of the acid out of them first, and then they take the pickle brine and fill it up and charge them and use them for years.
It'll smell like pickles.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Would moonshine work?
No, but I'm running low, so let me know if you got any extra.
What a big waste of moonshine.
I was just thinking, you'd really get somebody hungry because you'd have pickle brine in your battery, you have a diesel running,
peanut oil,
vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil, so there'll be French fries going down the road.
I like French fries.
French fries.
And a cab full of Taco Bell.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Some milk for liquid cooled.
That just tends to foam up.
I would eat that car.
Wow.
Mike, you wouldn't make it home. You'd drink your battery.
Yeah. Actually, I do like pickle juice.
Wasn't it prune juice? I heard it was
pickle
prune.
Juice.
Ah, no.
Pickle. I'm not that old. I'm not like Gopher.
Hey. I love you too, Bubba.
I can feel the love.
Oh, don't tell me. Peach is a giant.
No, she's not here yet.
You said I can feel the love.
I'm saying for you guys.
So no pics from Peaches today. You're still doing the blackout on Instagram. That's it.
I joined that Instagram, and I have posted numerous pictures, and none of them show up. So the people I have following me and the people I follow, I'm doing that on a computer. I used my Android device to actually download the app to be able to post stuff on Instagram, and it says that they're posted, but they don't show up. And my followers don't show up on my Android device, but they do show up on my computer. I'm so damn confused. I stopped.
We're hiding.
I've not seen nothing you post.
I know.
You should have done it with closest on, not the nudes one.
I've posted 9 pictures, and it says on my account from my Android device, because I don't have a phone that's capable of doing it. I use my Kindle Fire, which they have an app for it, and it says that I posted them, but I can't view them. But it says that I posted them, but it doesn't see the people that I'm following or the people that's following me, but I can see them on the computer. So, like I said, it got real confusing. Real confusing.
Okay. Stupid question. Are you using the same account, or do you have 2 separate accounts?
No, it's the same. It's the same account that I use for everything. Same account I use for YouTube, my email, everything.
So I'm just asking because I have ran into people that had troubles and they had 2 accounts.
Yeah, but
that's your problem, dude.
It's all the same name. It's all the same password. It's everything. So it just freaked me out. So I'll figure it out when I have time. But right now, you know how things are. No time.
Well, it's government control anyway.
Perhaps they went to the Google Photos and you have to share it. Have you checked Google Photos?
Well, no, it shares it through Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. I've just got an Instagram account.
Yes, but when you uploaded it, it may have gone to the Google Photos, and then you have to share it, and then ask the the Google Photos to share those photos
No.
with Instagram? No,
No. Instagram has its own.
library.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't got to go through all that.
You're just making me go to Instagram, aren't you?
Oh.
You have to do.
We're not making you go through nothing, though.
I'm not seeing the
You have to do.
the chat window on YouTube. So please tell me if Peaches is speaking.
No.
She's not speaking there.
I don't see her.
Okay, so I don't think Peaches would be enough for me to join Instagram. So sorry. Is he singing?
Wow.
Mike is singing.
I see you.
See,
You see me.
no, I hear you.
It's like magic.
I hear you.
I see your avatar.
Really?
It's nude. Oh my God, I'm blind.
That's one of them voices coming out on the side.
What do you see now?
Oh, gee. Need a little light, my friend.
Nah, I like it dark too.
I know. I did. I have all my. I can. I'll get back here.
Yeah.
See, it's lighter now.
See, I sit in the dark also.
Well, but it's not 1 a.m. where you are.
I can believe it is.
Everyone is asleep here. So
No,
It's fine.
I'm still coming down off of the riding high. I'm still coming down.
you just left work and got home, all of you.
No,
No.
I didn't have work today. I was out tooling around. What's up, Cave Troll?
So many good lives.
I don't know if it's the good life, but
Yeah, I just got in a while ago. I watched Gopher's video, and then you'd started here. So, but I am doing something tomorrow that I have not done in a long, long time.
oh, what's the update on your voice?
Oh, story time. Tell us.
I'm taking the day off. my son's bike. We hauled it home in the back of the truck again.
Again.
But
I feel like I'm being hacked.
these motorcycle technicians in Kingsport,
Yeah.
I'm using that term very loosely, technicians.
Tell him, dude, get up here. I'll fix it.
It's fixed. We fixed it.
Okay, what'd you do?
Took old gas out and put fresh gas in, and she runs like a top.
You
Oh, was the gas?
He had bad gas.
They
with
don't like
water?
water.
Yep. Gas that set in it over winter, I guess. And I don't think he filled the
So
tank
they
up.
changed the injectors and never flushed the tank.
Oh, they didn't change no injectors. The last time we were over there, it got pretty heated, and I just stepped back and let my son go at them. And I said, exactly what has been done to the bike? And he called the mechanic that worked on it over there. He said, because I'd complained about them calling me and saying parts were ordered, and then that afternoon, calling my son, telling me it was ready to pick up. I said, what parts did you order? We didn't order no parts. The mechanic said, all I did was put plugs in it when I serviced it.
Oh,
So I looked at the owner and I said, lie again.
Didn't they have like a bill of sale, a work order, a parts sheet, anything, a breakdown?
They had no breakdown. When I went and paid for it the first time, they they told me it was $200 and some. Well, I just
put spark plugs in.
Dude.
I laid down the $200 and I went back through the showroom looking at bikes, and they gave him the paper. And when we got home, I looked at the paper. All it had was the price, his name and the price.
Dude.
Yeah. Really.
Oh,
Oh man.
You have fire insurance. You know what I'm saying? That's all I would have asked. I would have lost my mind.
Let me tell you, my son.
Probably they put the water in the tank, man.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They did it on purpose.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh man.
You know,
$200 to put spark plugs in. That's amazing.
Well, it's supposed to
Bring
be
on up here. I'll charge you $200 to put spark plugs in.
A full service is what I paid. 200 and Logan, how much was that? 220 something.
You didn't get a full service.
You got the full service, all right.
Yeah.
It didn't get kissed, but you got the full service.
Didn't you ask for the old parts?
They didn't even give you a reach around. They threw sand on it.
Oh, I know.
That's the fun part.
And when we took it back, the last time when we went back over there to pick it up, the owner said, I've rode this thing for an hour. The owner. And the guy over the shop said, I rode it for 45 minutes and it didn't do nothing. And as soon as he said that, I said, go check your mileage, because he'd wrote down his mileage when he dropped it off. 8 miles.
8 miles, which is basically.
Listen, if you're going to lie, be creative. Don't just lie.
He was going slow.
Why didn't you tell him, please go for a ride in the bike now, just to watch? You should have done that.
After they started that, I didn't get to say much. I just kind of stepped back because my son took over, and he was a champ, man. Let me tell you.
Good deal.
He put them to shame.
Good. See, that's what everybody needs a camera for. Like I said, you don't do anything anymore without a camera, and you record the shit out of them. And
okay.
Oh, dude, if I would have took mine somewhere and they would have had the nerve to fucking do that shit, you like Kate, I would have came unglued. I'd said, you motherfucker. You
idiot
lying.
kid.
Yes, but
I'd say, you lying son of a bitch.
But you're big and you can dance, so.
We
wouldn't want to see Dante hungry like Cave Troll, for instance.
Yeah.
It's good that I don't live down there, because if I would have heard that shit, I would have went in just a bitch.
It's a wee bit different, man.
Yeah, I definitely would not buy a bike there, dude.
Oh no. Well, see that what ended it all is my son, while he was letting them have it, he got on his bike and rolled it outside. And we were sitting in the alleyway there where the door is, the big drive-in door to the shop. And my son, the owner was trying to talk to him. My son just cut him off and told him, he said, you know what? It's real sad. He said, you know, my dad's been in here looking at bikes. He said, the last time we were here, he was here with cash in his pocket, ready to buy. And you all pissed him off. He said, you've lost a sale. And that owner just slammed the door shut.
He doesn't care either. That's the bad part.
Yeah, I know it.
He took you the money.
You gave him all the signs that you was interested and ready, and he blew you off twice before that.
He doesn't need sales. He's been getting the money anyway.
Oh, we went over there Saturday to pick it up the last time. It was their open house. You know, they even posted pictures on their Instagram about how great open house was and showed the pictures. There was not a soul in that shop.
Yeah, that explains the kind of service they're giving.
Didn't you have the chance to take the bike from the shop and leave without paying? Or you didn't want to go there?
Oh, the first time is the only time I paid. Oh. That first time we dropped it off. That's the first time we picked it up and it didn't make it home.
Partial refund. Say, dude, it is not worth $200 to change 2 spark plugs.
Oh, they'll probably have us escorted away if we walk back in that store.
But let me get the picture. You're saying the first time you put it back after that again in the workshop?
Yeah, the first time we went, and I paid, and
Yes.
he got on his bike and started home, and me and my wife went to eat. Well, we had sat down, ordered our food, and she gets a phone call. His bike died on him going home. So we finally got our food, and we asked him, "Can you just put it in a box, and we got to go?" So I had to go pick him up then. Well, I called and told them they were getting ready to close. It was late in the afternoon. They were getting ready to close. And I called and told them, I said, his bike quit on him on the way home. I know it's late. He said, well, bring it back. I said, no, I've got to go home, get my truck, and go pick him up. I said, it'll be back over there Tuesday because they're closed on Monday. So we took it back, and they supposedly was fixing it.
Yeah,
Do they have a parking lot across the street from them?
Yeah, but it's the fire departments.
It'd be really interesting to have a meetup and just hold a nice little American protest the right way across the street.
What else is around there?
There's nothing around them.
It's on right close to downtown.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a rundown part of town.
Well,
I mean, he's still.
As long as we don't block the doors for the fire department, they really can't say nothing.
Yeah, you just can't block traffic or be on a major thoroughfare.
Yeah, as long as if they need to, they can get the trucks in and out, and we're not impeding them. Then we could stage there.
Yeah, you got a local news channel?
Yeah.
He still might have a bad muffler burn.
Hey, that's a sore subject right now. Let's not talk about mufflers.
And to top this off, my wife took her car in for a recall, and I told her, I said, "Well, it's there. It's time for it to just go ahead and get it serviced while it's there." Well, we go back, and her engine light had come on a couple of days before, and we went back off. So I told her, I said, "Tell them to hook a computer to it, see if anything shows." And I went with her to pick it up, and the guy tells me, I mentioned something about the engine light. He said it didn't come on, and the computer won't read it unless it's on. He said they'll do that sometimes if somebody puts the wrong kind of oil in it, or
that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
I look at him right in the eye. I said, man,
Is it a Chevy?
Wrong. No, no.
They put the wrong air in the tires. That's what the problem is.
Yeah, bullshit.
It's blinker fluid. No, blinker fluid. I'm calling big blinker fluid.
No, even if that light goes out, that thing still holds a log. It's new enough. It's still going to have a history.
That's what I always thought. But after he said that,
my 98 Buick outside keeps a history.
That or the sunroof was open.
Piston return springs.
Right.
It's the piston. It's definitely the piston return springs.
Did you get gas for it at the same place you got gas on that motorcycle?
No.
Did you happen to put E85 in it? Maybe that's what.
Oh my god!
Well, I've had a good couple of weeks. Let me tell you.
Because we've got a couple of gas stations around here that every time it rains, you don't get gas there for a while, because unless they go out and change that filter, it's nothing but water.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so
I have one.
Yeah,
I have one right near to my house that does. It happens exactly the same.
Yep.
Get your gas cheap then.
Well, the gas station is known all over the town, but a lot of people go there and women go there, so
there you go.
See that issue.
Wow.
Every time they have an issue, they call their husband, so they don't have an issue. The car has an issue, or the husband has an issue.
I mean, after a good rain, it's no longer a gas station; it's a water station.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're selling water at
all they
$3
have
plus
to
a
do
gallon.
is change that water trap. All they got to do is go out and change that water trap. But they don't do nothing to service these gas stations. They don't do anything. They don't even check them for those piggyback splicers and stuff. Those damn data code miners.
Overland, that's not a gas station for cars. That's where you go fill your horse up.
Yeah.
Dude, I watched a gas.
But where do you put the nozzle? Got a big scale.
Oh yeah, don't let us tell you where.
Just
we don't need to tell you.
We'll
What a
stop
lack
right
of
there, Mike.
imagination, Mike.
Yeah, I watched the gas.
Bend over, yeah, bend over. They'll show you. Sorry. Hey, thanks for having me tonight, guys. Appreciate y'all.
Anyway. I watched the gas station and then walk out with the garden hose and spray it into the tanks. I saw that. I said, "Yep, I'm never coming here for gas again."
A little confused, was they?
Orange fuse.
Well, there is so
Cornhole.
much. The E85, there's so much alcohol in that stuff anyway. You can get by with a lot of gas, a lot of water in the gas, but there becomes a breaking point where your combustion won't happen at all. Because we used to run alcohol and water injection on a lot of the old modified motors and stuff, them old Hemis, and you can get by with a lot of water if you have an offset of alcohol to cool the block down so they don't superheat and pre-detonate and explode. But when you reach that chemical bond, when that release reaches that point, it ain't nothing but pure hell.
Yeah, and the problem with it is the buoyancy of water and gas when it's sitting in a tank.
Right.
Water goes to the bottom. That's where your fuel pickup is, and you're picking up straight water.
Right. If you add enough alcohol, you can get by burning that off.
There you go. Yep.
But when you reach that there's that fine line. When you reach that fine line, it ain't nothing but a big block.
Love it. Yep.
Because we used to run those motors with the top dead center. We used to run them to where they would melt the tops out of the pistons, and we just start adding a little more alcohol, a little more water mixture to cool it down, but still be able to detonate. Back before all this computer crap.
Welcome, Cave.
Cave Troll.
Welcome, sir.
What's up?
And then we got Mothman here. It's supposed to rain Saturday. I mean, he's having fun being negative Nancy.
It's all right, Mothman. I switched off that. I'm not even looking at it anymore.
Trying to cut back?
Matt, don't you have a trusty mechanic nearby?
Oh, for motorcycles or vehicles?
The two of them. It seems that you need the two.
No.
Good for you.
I told you I got that jack at the house. Just bring your bike in manual. We'll fix it.
Yeah.
You leave, it'll be a Harley.
You don't need a manual. Just take it apart and find the problem.
I'll tell you,
I'm just freaking lazy. I can't even fix my damn son's 50cc PW50. I'm just being lazy.
But don't you just rub more rice on that?
Yeah, you could, but that's not going to help the front brakes from being seized or whatever. I think a spring is going to let go or something, but I got to get in there and do something.
All you got to do is just rebuild the caliper.
Yeah, I just got to pull the tire off, see what's going on. But luckily, I've got gardening going on, and he's got a guitar and video games and other shit in the yard to play with. He's not too concerned about that damn dirt bike for some reason right now. And I have yet to pull my bike out. So
Just unhook the front brake.
That's all right, Dad. He'll be on that Grom pretty soon.
Yeah, that's it. Or the wife's scooter, Yeah, the wife's got the Honda Metropolitan. He'll be on that doing donuts before you know it. So
You're going to be busting mad wheelies.
Yep. Why not? Dad does.
He'll be dragging fender.
Yep. Dad does. Yeah, Dad. I saw Daddy do it, Bomb.
Thanks, son.
It's all good.
You got to have that
Life
talk
is
with him
good.
about the man code before he gets to that point.
Yeah, you know that you're right. I do. Thank you.
You know, I raised 2 boys, and don't tell your mom don't work.
That just gets you in trouble, more in trouble. Yeah, that just gets you.
Because then they can't.
It's the first thing. It's
Yeah.
the first thing that they say. I'm telling
Yeah.
mom.
Now, Dad told me not to tell you, but
They can't wait to know.
First things out of her mouth on Saturday morning when he wakes up. Now, what'd your dad do this week? Give me the report.
If you tell me, I'll buy you a shiny new Xbox game.
And then comes the question: does he really need the front brake?
There you go. You know, I was that was going to be No, I've got a parts bike. His very first bike is still in the shed, and the front brake's still good on it. So whatever's wrong with it, I can just swap shit over.
Yeah, but
Front wheel and all if I need
By
to.
the end of the season, he's going to be outgrown that. So fuck it.
Yeah, well, he's a little guy, so you know it's hard to say. I mean, that 50cc, that little PW50, I think he's going to last him. I mean, he's 7 now. It might, his size, it might last him for another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, but it sounds like he's ready for duty.
Yeah.
Tell you what you do. You go down to Harbor Freight or whatever. It doesn't matter. Get the cheapest little tool set you can find, wrap them up, hand them to him, and said, "Here you go. Fix it."
Yeah. Well, the problem is no. The problem is he's seen all my tools, so he knows that Daddy's got all the tools.
I did that with
own.
Yeah.
I did that with my son, and all my cabinet doors in my bathroom fell off the next day.
Oh shit! Damn it, muzzle.
I'm like, what did you do with the screws? I couldn't get them back in, so I threw them away.
No, don't do that with the tools. The first thing he'll say is, Mom, there goes Dad again with the tools.
Yeah.
Well, no, see, give them the tools, they fix it, and just sit back, and that's hours of fun right there.
You know, I need to record that. That would be a great YouTube video. Here you go, buddy. Here's the tool. Here's all the tools you need. Fix it.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the weird one here, but I know when I was about that age, I put.
You know why, Dante? Because you don't have kids.
Well, no. Let me finish.
Oh, damn. Dante don't have kids?
No.
Shit. Finish. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
When I was about that age, just random bike parts, and I put together a bicycle in the backyard when I was about that age.
Well, I always took stuff apart and left it laying everywhere.
Yeah.
I would take it apart and put it
that
back
was the fun part, taking shit apart.
I would take it apart and put it back together. And
see what it's made of.
I was hell with my Transformers because I would take them apart and then I would put them back together differently. And my mom used to get so mad because I would just tear apart toys and put them back together differently.
I would just take firecrackers and stick them in between the G.I. Joes.
Yeah, the Decepticons are haunting Dante right now.
I had
That's how I solved the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, there you go. I took one of them apart. Yeah.
I really never had any of that problem because it's hard to damage a rock and a stick.
You old fuck.
So
you liar.
Nice.
Once a year, I was given a rubber band, and I thought, oh my God,
what am I gonna do with this?
Oh no, you can make all kinds of stuff with a couple of sticks and a rock and a rubber band.
Yeah, the possibilities were endless.
That's hilarious.
I used to
Oh my God,
you go, Gopher.
Listen. You guys are laughing, but if my dad or mom was in here, if I took one over to their house right now and asked them that, they would honestly tell you it was the truth because that is what we got to play with, and I am not kidding you. Mom, we would get mom's old thimbles because she sewed a lot. We'd get the wooden thimbles, we'd get rubber bands, we'd get old broken wooden spoons and stuff like that, and we made our toys.
I used to wait on the mailman and ask for rubber bands.
Oh yeah. The newspaper boy used to bring stuff with rubber bands on it. We get those were real rubber bands. We would take old inner tubes that was real rubber, and that stuff would stretch forever. We made guns with those, but I probably shouldn't say that on YouTube.
No, we're all right. We're on we're on Hangouts. It's all good.
Not monster friendly.
Yeah, we used to take a length of pipe and one of those old inner tubes and stretch that puppy and twist it back and stretch it, and you could launch rocks a mile.
Oh yeah. Well, Gopher, you probably remember the old thread. You probably remember the old thread with the button, and you run the thread through.
Oh, yeah, the
and pull it. You know, and make the zhoo, 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 zhoo sound with it. And then eventually the strings or the thread would snap and would lock in on your fingers and cut off circulation and shit. And
we
good
used
time.
to make many of those.
Good
They made that.
Yeah, just zoom, zoom, zoom. You sit there and do that shit for an hour. Yep. Wow. Fun stuff. Yeah, I gotta show that to Sebastian. He might like that.
For about 3 seconds.
Daddy, the spring broke. My finger's hurting.
Where do you put the batteries? Where do you plug it in? How do you recharge it?
Yeah, no.
I can't get the internet on my string.
I can't get it. Yeah, you gotta
Where's
twist
the
it.
Wi-Fi button?
Yeah, you gotta twist it and then start pulling. I gotta try that.
You mean with your hands?
Yeah. That's so funny.
Quoting Back to the Future here.
Yeah.
How many of you had homemade choppers when you had bicycles?
We used to take and cut the front ends off of another bike and stick them onto the end of the other one and then kill ourselves.
Yeah.
Jack
we would weld that shit.
Going down every hill in the world.
And you had to have the bicycle cards in the tires so that it would sound like it too.
Yep.
I never did that.
I'd like to have some of them little baseball cards.
All about those.
I would like to have all the baseball collector cards and stuff that I ruined in that.
Oh yeah,
man, no doubt. I could retire.
I did so many cars without brakes. Man, with roll bearings on the stick, and I missed that time.
Brakes are optional.
Well, yeah,
Brakes
we
are
didn't have
optional.
time. Yeah, after.
you always just stick your foot up there against the tire and in between the tire and the forks.
Yeah. That's how you did them endos back in the day.
That's the quick on your shoes.
I broke so many brake cables on my bike, and after a while, it was the foot working against the wheel.
Yeah, but if your tennis shoe ever gets wedged in there, it's over the handlebars you go.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't brake on the front wheel. You brake on the back wheel.
Yep.
Come on.
Stoppies. Yeah, stoppies before
I
it was
watched
cool.
so many kids coming down 3rd Street Hill, which we called Killer Hill. It was 3rd Street Hill in Marysville. They would come down that thing and touch their tennis shoe to that front wheel, and it would wedge up in that fork, and they'd go straight up over the handlebars.
Well, it figures on the front wheel.
We laughed.
So many old toys.
Cave Trolls being quiet. He not going to talk about his Harley he had at 3.
At 3.
Oh, damn it.
I was just thinking, you take your bike down, have Cave Troll take a work at it. It might have like a tire problem. When it leaves, it'll leak oil for you.
There you go.
We're going to Harlify it.
Yeah.
Might have to borrow
We'll fix it.
I tell you
Oh, your motorcycle doesn't leak enough oil.
he could have helped me this week. It took me 2 or 3 days to put a mirror on.
Damn it.
It didn't take you long to get it off.
I told you, look underneath.
It didn't take it long to get it off.
No, I ordered 2 mirrors. I broke the one. I ordered 2 mirrors, 2 new mirrors. Well, when they come in, I got one of them and replaced the broken one, and the other one I set back, and I thought I'll do that in later because I wanted her to get that mirror shipped to Mike, and then it took me 2 or 3 days to find where I put it. I couldn't find it.
That's what you get for dropping the bike.
I'll do it later. Famous last
Damn road hazards.
Well,
shit.
my bags came in, but my racks ain't here yet.
What?
So
Uh-oh.
What bags? The side bags? You ordered some side bags?
yeah, I got some cheap side bags.
Ah.
He's going hardcore, man. That's some adventure bike shit. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Soft bags.
I'm going to fucking Starbucks. That's where I'm going.
Taco Bell.
God damn it. You need a fucking cup holder then.
I need to do a video going to Starbucks. That's what I need.
Yeah, but now you'll be arriving in style.
I'm going to do it. I got to do it with Sebastian on my wife. I'm going to Starbucks tomorrow on my wife's Metropolitan with Sebastian. Fuck it. Hot chocolate. Kids hot chocolate and a mocha.
You gotta ask for Raven some patches to put on those side bags. She has a lot of patches.
Cheap bags. They're placeholders, so I get the ones I want to get.
Hey, it all works.
You could get that dual beer holding helmet thing where it has the bottle on each side with the straw mounted right to the top of your helmet.
That would work for me. That would work for me.
That'd work.
Hey, that shit holds wine too.
Oh, damn.
I thought about getting a cup holder for the Myco.
Multitasking then.
I'm running
What's cool now is that I don't smoke, so I can vape on the bike. I haven't yet tried that shit, so I don't have to worry about trying to light a cigarette.
I can vape going down the road. I have my e-cigarette plugged into my cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
I can sneak the e-cigarette up underneath my helmet and vape while I'm riding.
Oh, nice.
Just don't exhale with the visor down. You'll go blind.
Oh no.
No, exhale out your nose so it goes down out of your helmet.
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to fog my shit up.
Aren't those things got different flavors? Cinnamon, Mike, try it.
Peach.
Actually, I mix my own e-liquid and I put tobacco flavor because I like smoking.
Yeah, I'm still into the tobacco stuff. I got to have the tobacco flavor, and I just went the flavors. I started mixing peach with my tobacco now, so I'm a peach and tobacco
drop
shit.
Some of that hemp oil in there.
That's a possibility.
I put CBD oil in my e-cigarette every now and then. My wife, she actually likes marijuana flavor, so I put that for her, and then she puts the CBD oil in it. She might as well. All she's all doing, she's getting everything but getting high. You know?
I wonder if they make it in skunkweed flavor.
Yeah, I imagine they do. Yeah, you got to go to Colorado for that shit, though, I think. But I'm waiting on it.
I order mine online and have it delivered in the separate oils so I can mix it, because I know that way I have an idea what's going into my stuff.
What's your address? Can I get you? That's hilarious. Yeah,
make
my
a
wife
Taco
would
Bell
love
flavor gopher will start.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, dude,
My wife-
I'm sure it's out there.
My wife would love a hash pipe.
Oh, you ought to talk to Sarafyna then.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, we need what's his name from Arizona. He's got that shit, or Colorado. He's not here tonight. Where the hell is he?
Nevada.
You said you like to have, you need a hash pipe. How much are you willing to spend?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
I'm serious on that. I can get you one.
Well, and I'm serious too. My wife's looking into it, and we got a buddy here locally, so I think we're all good for some hash oil for a vaporizer. So it's all good.
Tell her to look up. It's called Magic Box.
Yeah, my job won't allow it, but she's good to go. Special occasions, that's all I'm in.
Tell her to look up the Magic Box.
The magic box. All right.
The magic.
Actually, those are actually pretty good, and they're not that pricey either.
No.
All right.
I consider.
And
I've
then
actually-
after you get done smoking, you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with the remnants.
Nice. All right. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I mean, I'm not saying I use it personally, but it's a big seller through my dealer
Yeah,
that I
right.
get my stuff from.
Yeah, me neither.
No, I get tested. So.
Yeah. Neither do I. Oh shit.
Well, there it went.
Drop my vape. The glass is probably gonna be broken.
Ping, ping,
No,
ping.
we're all good. I'm on 8 weeks now, guys. No, going on 9 weeks. No cigarettes.
Cool. How you
I'm
doing?
killing myself. I'm
Does
killing
that
myself with
tobacco-
popcorn lung, I think.
Does that tobacco vapor has any nicotine?
Yeah, there is a small amount of nicotine. I'm at 9 milligrams of nicotine.
So you're shitting.
I'm at 24.
The only thing I'm
Damn.
coming up with on the magic box is smokers.
Oh, sweet.
People say,
Like
you're on.
like meat
People say you're on
smokers.
these cigarettes. You must have stopped smoking, vaping. I said no. I like it.
$4,000 for a magic box smoker.
Holy shit, I can't afford that. That's
Well,
some
it's
high-end
smoky.
stuff there.
It'll make you stoned and smoke your meat at the same time.
You know, my
hold on.
wife's a weed snob and yeah, gets all the high quality stuff, but I can't afford that shit.
Yeah, I'll probably never get to smoke again.
Never say never, sir.
Yeah,
No.
those high paying state jobs.
No. Yeah, I just finished my equip today.
Yeah.
Retirement isn't too far away.
Well, then, yeah, but
Then it'll just
Yeah.
put the IV right here. Step back.
Everybody's doing it. Come on, you can do
Yeah,
it.
there you go. Everybody's doing it.
the DOD and the DOE do not take kindly to that.
No, they don't. And especially Wells Fargo. I'm an engineer for Wells Fargo. They don't care too much for that shit either. So, yeah.
You can send them a ball of humor.
Until it becomes legal in the state, I got to wait.
Yeah.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Oh, damn.
Even
Actually,
That's a meme. That's a meme right there.
even then, it's still a federal crime.
you have to legal in Pennsylvania for medical use, and I could get a card for medical use, no problem. My doctor, I've had tons of doctors tell me this, but I will not do it because federally it is still illegal, and they can pull my CCW permit away from me, no problem.
I sent a link in the group chat.
I've got issues too.
I think we all have issues.
Yeah.
Talk for yourself, man.
Speak for yourself. I'm saying.
I'm perfect.
I'll watch your videos. You
There's nothing wrong with me, man.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
a
hush.
big dog.
Yeah, stop it. Dixie, chill. My neighbor's dog.
have issues, it comes easier.
Inflammatory bowel disease, that constitutes for some weed subscriptions. So I've
Well, I
been
have
diagnosed
irritable
with that, so
bowel.
I'm all good.
Got that on paper.
Yep, I've got that on paper. I've had
Got it on
numerous
paper,
surgeries
I got
and
it on
no
the
gallbladder. I don't have a gallbladder either, so no gallbladder, no appendix, inflammatory bowel disease. Yeah, I'm in.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I donated my testicles. Does that count?
Yeah, hey, I'll have a nut removed for some shit like that.
There you go.
All you have to do is walk in and say, I watch Gopher Riders videos. Boom, you got it.
That's enough mental trauma, buddy.
I'm still sitting on the Cushman, man.
There you go.
He was Just cure for watching Gopher Riders videos is just to watch Overland.
Overland ain't posted a video in a while.
No. I've been editing one on my 4x4. I'll be releasing probably in the middle of next week.
Come on, Gopher. Go over to Overland and take some scuba gear with you. And you both could go around. He could be the Gopher, and he could be on his KLE.
Oh man, the Gopher and the Kelly, man. Ooh.
No, what Overland needs to do is he needs to go perch up on one of those nude beaches
Yeah, with a zoom lens.
with a zoom lens.
Viral video, baby.
Ooh.
I'm not going to say anything, but I've mentioned Michigan's problems before. They don't like you to do that in Michigan either.
Don't drink the water.
They don't like you to have a zoom lens perched up on a sand dune, looking down upon the private beaches.
Yeah,
Actually, I'm waiting for the
Pervert.
zoom lenses come in for my camera.
what if your camera's got like a 60 power zoom?
Oh the one that I had for my Pentex series and stuff was a 86 by 300. So
Jeez.
it was about 1.5 feet long and was had a 9-inch lens in the front of it.
Well,
Damn.
Yeah, that was back about 71, 72. Those were all mechanical polished glass. They weren't the mirror refractive lenses that they have of today or the digital lenses that they have of today. So you can do the same thing with a lens that's a 1/2 inch long now.
I wonder why they don't allow it now. I wonder why.
Back in 71, 72.
Hey.
Because I was gonna say, man, because mine's a 60 power, and I mean it'll reach out and touch somebody.
Oh yeah. I could reach clear across pretty much the lake when I was up in Michigan, so it would reach out there.
Sounds like the scope on my AR-15
Yeah.
and 20. I got an AR-20.
Well, I had one when I was.
The AR-10's got a nice scope on it. I could reach out and touch somebody, but never mind. I should be talking about that here on.
There you go. The
I should be
wildlife
talking about that here.
Shoot, the camera that I had was mounted on a gun stock. I mean, you shouldered it just like you did a high powered rifle and stuff, and the camera was mounted right on top of it. It was the only way to really hold it, because if you grabbed the camera body, you'd break the camera body in half because the lens weighed so much.
Yeah, you need something to support the lens.
Gotta have something, yeah.
Okay, we're still talking about lenses, right?
Yeah, lenses. And I still have a scar from my 20 gauge from when I was 10 years old, looking through the
I bruised a couple of eye sockets with some scopes, but I didn't cut myself.
Yeah, the shit you do when you're young.
It was like 10 years ago that I got a scope bike from my Coleman's 3030.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did know a guy that tried to hold a punt gun. Does anybody know what a punt gun is?
Wow.
It's like a 10 gauge goose gun, and you're supposed to put it on the ground.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot that shit.
He put it up under his arm and pulled the trigger, and as it passed through under his arm, it kind of ripped and shredded everything.
Dislocated shoulder off to the hospital.
He didn't have it on his shoulder. He couldn't hold it on his shoulder because the barrel was so long. So what he did is he put it underneath his arm and squeezed his arm down.
Well, that sounds like a good idea.
And then pulled the trigger.
Why not?
Pulled the trigger, and as the lock mechanism and everything passed in under his arm and shot out behind him, it was brilliantly red.
Ouch.
Interesting.
Yeah, I believe it was a 10 gauge punt gun made for goose shooting.
Hmm.
They made a big boom. Boom.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
That's like trying to one hand a 500 mag.
Oh
right?
Yeah. You're gonna split your wig for real.
Yeah. I can't shoot the 300 Win Mag anymore because of my dislocated shoulder twice. And yeah, it sucks not being able to shoot stuff that you
got to
normally
learn
could
to
shoot.
let it roll beside your head instead of right to your forehead.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, the problem is the shoulder. You know, it's
Yeah.
the shoulder issue. It's like, damn it, I'm getting too old for this shit. You don't know nothing about that, though, the gopher. So
Nope, nothing about it. I'm such a spring chicken. I've been rehatched about 3 times.
Exactly. I can't say shit. I feel bad talking about it, but yeah, no.
No,
Yeah,
go
dislocated
for,
shoulder twice
Gopher is
within
more like
6 years. That's not good.
Gopher must be doing some bow practicing because if you look at his right hand, it looks like he has that small hook to pull the cord of the bow.
No,
I used to be really good with a bow and arrow, but
Yeah.
I not with these hands anymore. I can't I can't string a bow for crap anymore.
Well, you know, a lot's changed since the recurve, sir.
Yeah, I know.
You
They got all
know.
this compound, all this shit and everything. And here's what I want to say to really sound old. Back in my day, a man had to be able to string the bow before they'd let him shoot.
There you go. Good stuff.
So,
Yeah.
so you had some
Yeah.
string with that stick, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
hey, Gopher, it's not that hard to string a longbow.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's just one piece of string.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, none of the longbows weren't that hard. The short ones were a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah, I've got one that takes both hands and you put your foot on the end of it and it takes both hands to pull it back, a crossbow.
Oh, damn there, crossbow
But
man.
that's
Nice.
a crossbow.
And you get about 9 shots out of it before you have to change the string because I think it's a 175 pull.
Oh shit.
So you
Ouch.
get about 9 shots and you have to change the string because the string explodes after that.
Yeah.
Then they went to the compounds, and then the compounds are easy to load. You just grab the end of it and break it down like a ratcheting, like you're breaking down an old shotgun, and it loads itself.
Yep.
Well, unless you're using like an older compound bow from like the 90s that has no breakaway point.
Yeah,
Because I had one that
That's
was
still before his time.
because I had one to that just because I enjoyed it. I used to have all that shit. I had the quick release and all that shit.
Yeah, I used to just use my 3-finger glove, and I would string every bow. You just put it under one ankle, run it around your hip, pull it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And then you just bend over it and do it. And I can go probably 225 and string them by hand. But that's what we used to use when you went deer hunting and stuff.
Yeah.
Before they had all these compounds and all these other bows and stuff, you know.
Well, the bow I had, the reason why I got a quick release because the guy who had it before me had it set up for that. And trying to use a glove on a string that's already set up for a quick release.
Yeah, that'd be kind of hard.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, you can't use a quick release. Yeah, no.
So I went and I had the quick release and all that shit, and that spoils you once you do that.
Yeah.
And the one I had, I think it was set for like 90 pounds.
Yeah, see, here's the thing with the bows that I use. They were between 125 to 175 pull, and that is constant. That's what you had to hold.
Yeah,
you got to hold that. That's the problem.
Yeah,
You got to hold that shit.
You got to pull that.
I can't do it anymore.
For your 2 to 3 seconds to
you
know. So that's what I was used to, you know. I couldn't do it now for nothing.
Yeah,
I can't.
That's what my son's gonna learn.
My fingers will not pull that for nothing.
No! Mine could have went higher, but like I said, mine had no breakaway. You was holding the whole weight back.
Absolutely.
My son's gonna learn on a recurve. I don't care. Fuck what you heard. I don't care about his grandfather talking about all this compound shit. No, he's gonna learn on a recurve.
No, like I said, I had a compound, but it was before they had the breakaway.
Yeah.
And
you could practice on a spear gun. It's not
I
that.
remember because I actually nailed a groundhog with one to the ground with it one time.
We used to use blunt tips, which were stun arrows for groundhog. They weren't supposed to penetrate, but they were a straight blunt tip.
Oh no! If it's set high enough, it'll penetrate.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you were
they'll
too
go through
close, it would go through the foot. But groundhogs, they have pretty thick hide.
Oh, I just had what was it? I just had target tips on mine. And
Yeah.
Like I said, I stuck one into the ground with it.
I got razor blade.
That'll go through something.
Yeah, those the Hornet bone breakers that you actually used real razor blades in, those were some of the first ones in like 1975 that they came out with. They were slick.
Wow.
I accidentally just barely touched my tips and boy, it sliced my finger right open.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I blame you, Jared.
Okay, I'll take the blame. One for the team.
So,
That's all
yeah,
I mean.
yeah. I didn't hunt. I just
Whatever I did.
I just had a bow and I just like shooting it.
Yeah, when they
Oh, did I
when
bring
they
it
took
back?
away my privilege for rifles and guns and stuff, I almost went back to bow, but by then my hands were getting so bad I couldn't.
Matt, are you waving milk?
Well, that's like most competition bows. They're only set for like 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Jared mentioned it a while ago, so I had to do it.
Yeah. That's all my fault.
Because
That's all right.
I was actually wanting to try to get into that. I wanted to try to get into that, and to buy a decent competition bow, man.
It's expensive, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculously expensive for high end
It's
Well,
type bows. It's
all
crazy.
made on carbon fiber.
Like I said, I wasn't even looking at the high end. I was just looking at just to get my foot in the door to get
Well,
started.
yeah, even that. I mean, even a entry level nice technology bow. Yeah, you're talking some money.
And
No, thank you.
I was still looking at a $700 bow.
No.
Those things lose their value quick, don't they?
Bows?
Yeah.
Not your antique bows.
Not the antique ones, but if you buy the newer ones, when you buy it, as soon as you get home with it, it's only worth half the value. Really.
Yeah.
It's like a car.
The best experience I had was the one I had. I bought off of a friend who bought off someone else. It was an old Darton, and I was target practicing with him. And there's these other people that had competition bows they were practicing too. And she comes over, she goes, "Yours sounds so much different than everyone else's I've ever heard." I said, "Yeah, because this is from '93."
Yeah, I posted a link. I posted a
There
link
you go.
on the side there of the bear bow that I had, the Kodak Magnum, and it was a 45-pound draw, 45-pound hold. It was a 52-inch
Yeah.
length. So I put it on there. It's identical to the one. Well, actually, it's on the wall in there now. I don't know whether I'd string it right now or not because it's been setting like that for too many years. And they're made of real. They're made
Where
of
are you
real
posting
wood.
this link, Gopher?
It's on the side
On the group chat.
on the group chat.
Oh,
The same
well, I don't
place
see
I
it.
How long?
did the thing for the magic.
Oh, that's a beautiful bow.
Oh,
It's a
this is a
52.
beautiful one, man.
Yeah, and
You're just bragging now.
yeah, because see, it's real wood, and all it has is it's got a real thin laminated layer on the outside of the limbs of fiberglass. And
All right. I got to get into this
fiberglass.
group chat shit, man. Where the hell do I find this link? I'm just on the standard
On
Hangouts.
the Google Hangouts, on the left, you have a blue button that you can activate the group chat window.
I don't see shit.
If you're on a mobile device, you don't have it.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm on mobile. Yep. Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm on mobile.
They say screw you guys on mobile.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm on mobile. Damn it. I can't.
but when
All
I
you
was
cool
a kid,
kids.
when I was a kid,
All
we
you-
used to make our own bows. We had some willow trees, and we had some tulip trees. and we would take and trim down a limb of the willow tree, and then we'd laminate it, basically use hide glue and put a layer of the tulip tree on the back of it and let it cure out. And then we'd bow them, and we'd heat them. And then when we'd heat them into a curve, and we made our own. I've probably still got a couple of them. And again, I wouldn't pull on them because they've been dry for 45, 50 years. They just would explode. But yeah, I mean, we were big time. Dad used to go bow hunting all the time until he just started using the shotgun more.
And then the Vikings conquered every bit of Europe.
I'm sorry, Cave Troll, what?
I said then the Vikings came in.
No, we run them sons of bitches out.
The barbarians.
Whenever the white man came in and sold them guns.
Yeah, no shit. Got them used to horses and sold them firearms. What's up with that? Well,
get that milk in.
Listen, they couldn't handle the liquor, but I got a whole new respect for growing peyote. They got it posted on YouTube if they didn't pull it down, how to grow it at home.
This is what I had. Except for mine, someone put an inline peep sight in it and it had the loop for the quick release on it.
This is a professional bow.
Now, what brand is that?
That's a Darton SL50.
Okay, now Dad's got a compound bow. I'm not sure what brand it is. We used to get Bear all the time, and that's just the brand we always got, no matter what.
Yeah, Bear was the thing years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was a compound bow, the leaves were still wood.
Yeah, well, I think his is
laminated,
wood fiberglass laminate. So it's layers of wood, layers of fiberglass.
The outside layer is fiberglass, and the inside is wood.
Yeah.
The new version,
it's a good female bow.
The 50 MXR is looks nothing like that now.
This is a good bow for the ladies.
Doesn't shoot very far, but it looks pretty good.
I never owned a bow. I bought my son one. He's probably about Jared's son's age, 6, 7. Bought him a little compound bow. First time he used it, I had two holes blown through the PVC fence behind the house. So.
That figures.
Yeah, our biggest kick, I mean, when I was a kid, was the pellet gun series, the real early on pellet gun series. Of course, the Daisy BB rifle. You put an eye out with that thing.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And we used to have blow guns. So we used to have they weren't real bamboo, but they looked like bamboo blow guns. Man, if I had a nickel every time one of my buddies had one of them arrow darts, those long 6-inch needle darts stuck in their chest or in their shoulder or in their arm. They used to fight with that and just shoot at each other.
Yeah, we did that with BB guns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got one of those Daisy BB guns right beside my back door. If I see a groundhog, I just pop it out because I always have the pellets in it. They'll take out a decent sized groundhog, no problem.
Dude, we used to take those blow guns with the 6-inch needles, and they had a little paper cone on the back of them, and it was a 6-inch metal needle. And we used to take chipmunks and ground squirrels and mountain jacks, starling birds. There'd be a pile of crap out by the barn. We shot everything.
We used to make them.
Watch what you say, Gopher. You'll have a bunch of activists in your yard tomorrow.
Most of them can only blow hot air.
There was a kid. Oh God, it's a long time ago. He was out playing with a bow he had, and he did what you shouldn't do is fire straight up in the air.
Holy crap!
That goes up.
He did that.
It's a little thing called gravity.
I said,
Watch
"You
out.
motherfucker! I am out of here."
Yeah. I'm testing Newton's theory here.
I shot a junk wooden arrow with my compound bow, strap in the air, and it exploded. And it rained pieces. It was so freaking funny. It was unreal. I couldn't stop laughing. My friends were like, "What the hell?" And I told them to give me another one. Let's see what this does.
What was you shooting up?
The cheap wooden arrows.
Oh.
Compound.
Yeah, wooden arrows are not made for that.
Yeah, I've had several of them explode right in my hands with that that bare bow. I mean, because it doesn't gradually throw the arrow out. It's instantaneous. It's full pound right now. And
well, wooden arrow, once you get over like 40, 50 pounds, that's too much. It shatters them.
Yeah, we found that out.
Yeah, we found that out.
Once you get over 40, 50 pounds, you got to use aluminum.
Actually,
Aluminium. No, it's aluminium.
So,
I thought it was Japanesium.
Japanese.
Aluminium.
Look who's
Hello,
here
Raven.
tonight.
Howdy, howdy.
Welcome.
Hi, Raven.
Welcome, Raven.
And no lag
She's-
for
she-
Oland.
No lag.
I know. I know. Every time I'd fire a loop, I'd fire one on mine. I'd rip a feather off of it.
Oh, I had the whole fleshing kit where
The whole fleshing's just gone.
so you could just take and put them down. I used to chase the chickens around the yard and stuff just to get feathers.
I feel bad for my son because I got him. That's crazy.
Well,
I feel.
Are you sure
the
it was
only
because
reason I
of the
was chasing them,
feathers?
but you know.
Oh,
Come on,
damn.
tell us the truth. It wasn't the feathers.
No. Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Those are
Broke
the
guitar
weirdest
string.
eggs I've ever seen. I'd like to see the chicken that laid that. No, you don't, Dad. No, you don't.
No. Shit.
How many of you got a picture of Gopher chasing chickens around the yard right now?
Yeah, that's it.
You guys didn't see my video where the chicken came out here and I was trying to chase it away?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And the damn thing would not leave. It would not leave until I petted it real nice, and then it was happy and walked off.
I mean you no harm. I come in peace.
I was going to have lunch. The hell with that. Damn free-range chickens.
Oh.
Oh, man.
That's crazy. I feel bad for my son because I bought him a nice little kid's compound bow probably about a year and a half ago, and he could not pull it back.
He couldn't.
And I mean, we're talking, it's probably 20 pounds, to pull this thing back. My son's a little guy. Still to this day, he was asking about it. We brought it outside. I don't know. It's probably 2 weeks ago because spring gobbler's coming up this weekend.
You still
here in
can't pull.
Virginia. Still can't pull it back. No.
I'll tell you what you do.
Daddy, I want to shoot my gun. I want to shoot my bow. I want to shoot my bow. I was like, all right, buddy, come on. We got to pull it. Yeah, no, he can't do it.
This is what you do. You get a bungee cord that's about 5 foot long, and you take the metal ends off of it, and you tie the two ends together. You have him hold one end in his left arm, straight armed, so stiffen it out, and then just pull back. All right.
Okay.
Tell him to do that 50, 60 times a day.
Build that arm up.
I'm dead serious. Then after he can do that real easy, add another one. Add another one. Until you got 4 or 5 of them up there, and in a few months he'll be able to pull that.
I don't think riding his dirt bike will do that, but I can get that going.
Strong enough arm.
What's the setup?
Poor guy. I tell you, man, poor little guy.
What's that for?
You didn't hear my story a while ago, did you, Jared?
What's that? I'm sorry.
I believe you were muted. You may have been away, but I said the first bow I bought my son, he was probably your son's age, maybe somewhere around there. Bought him a little compound bow. And the first day I had a bunch of holes blown through the PVC fence around the pullback.
Oh, well, damn. Yeah, well, see, my son can't even pull the damn thing, so.
What's it set for?
Just wait till he turns about 13. He'll be able to.
Yeah, I have no idea. I got it. Yeah, yeah. Shit's gonna happen. Yeah, shit's gonna happen. I don't know what it's set for. It was given to me by a guy at work, and I mean, it's a nice looking. I mean, it's a nice looking kids, compound bow, but
get them reset.
he can't pull it back.
You can get it.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could.
Don't they have a different holes for the pulleys to where you can move them around to change the draw?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to look at it. Maybe so. Came with 6 arrows too. I mean, I got 6 arrows all in the little, the skiff thing.
Take it to like a Gander Mountain or whatever you have out there.
Yeah, I got one.
Tell him, say, hey.
Make this shit lighter.
Well, no. Take him with you because they need to measure his draw.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, he's got to be set up.
Just give him a good target. He'll manage it. He'll find a way.
Never mind. Yeah, never mind. I live in the city, and the back of my property butts up to the Roanoke Greenway, which is a 36-mile bike path that follows the river. I got traffic out back
all
here.
These bikes.
Never mind that.
Bikes laying on their sides with arrows sticking out of them.
Yep. Get them, son.
Half an hour, and you'll find a way to shoot the bow.
Well, no. Like, you said down to about maybe 10, 15 pounds. I mean, that's not really heavy enough to really do a lot of damage. I mean,
no, but you know what? He's good with his Cricket 22. I mean, he's got a Cricket 22 rifle. He's spot on with that shit. It's fun.
But what I'm saying,
it's amazing to watch him with that thing. So yeah, he'd be all right with the bow.
You take it.
He can take some headshots up the Greenway.
You get the draw set for him and lower it down to about maybe 10, 15 pounds, and he'll be able to pull it.
Yeah, I think it's at like 25 or 30 pounds right now. I mean, the guy, I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was really, really low.
And we'll be hearing about.
Do you guys have a pond or a lake close by?
Well, I'm right on a river, so
dude. Once he gets used to it, take him out and let him go bow fishing, dude. That was some of the best times. Oh man,
dude, there you go. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah. I'm gonna get in so much trouble. So much trouble.
I mean, yeah,
I see it.
I mean, that's enough to go bow fishing.
Can't have any more than 30 rods.
As far as the Greenway, just put some signs up on the Greenway. Indian.
Oh no, I'm watching it. I'm watching the side chat.
Down for arrows.
Yeah, Indian territory. Enter at your own risk.
Yeah, the Komodo. Yeah. Pass at your own risk. Watch out for arrows. Well, they already bitch about him with his motorcycle. I mean, with his bike. I mean, I cannot tell you how many people have stopped and said, don't you think he's going a little too fast? Don't you think he needs a little more gear than that? And I've yelled at them, don't you think you need to be minding your own business?
Exactly.
The kid's fine. Look at him.
Get a headband. Put a headband on him. Set him on that bike. Throw that bow over his shoulder.
He's got a chest protector. Yeah, I mean, come on. He's got a helmet, chest protector. What more do you want? Yeah, don't you think he's going a little bit too fast? Don't you think don't you think he'd be minding business?
He'll be chasing dogs in the neighborhood going,
It's better than chasing chickens.
No, nothing better than chasing chickens.
Yeah, watch out for the chickens.
Oh, no, if you want to sit back and watch the fun and just follow him with the camera, go get that set up for him and then sit him down and let him watch every Robin Hood there is. And sit back and just watch the fun.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah, don't let him watch the William Tell thing, You lose a lot of friends.
Daddy, I got it. Check this out, Daddy. There's an apple on your head, Daddy.
You'll lose a lot of friends that way.
Next time, bring some apples.
Gotta practice something.
I read this in school. I saw it on
start out with
YouTube.
pumpkins.
I saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, Daddy. I saw it on YouTube, Daddy. Put this apple on your head. No, thank you, son.
I heard on some live talks something about that. He would say, and my dad was there, so it must be right.
There you go. Yep.
But
Hey,
Mom,
Daddy
Daddy
said it.
said I could
It's
do
all
it.
correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm telling Mom.
Yeah.
I'm telling Mom.
Do they still do show and tell in school?
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
they do. And we've had
I can see him going there now with an apple and his bow and arrow going, I got this.
Yeah.
I got this.
I'm bringing the teacher an apple.
Yep. I've had to get creative.
Let me tell you a little story, kids.
I got this.
Yep. Funny stuff. He's the only one in his class that rides a dirt bike, so that's been kind of cool with pictures, and I've let him take his phone and show the videos of him in the backyard and stuff. So yeah, that's been his show and tell. What's that?
You need to put a mohawk on his helmet now.
He's got one, but it's for his skateboard. Yeah, it's for his skateboard. His skateboard helmet has the mohawk on it, but not the dirt bike.
Get a couple of turkey feathers and put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the Greenway helmet. Yeah, the Greenway helmet. When he's on the Greenway with his bike and his skateboard and shit, it's a Lightning McQueen shit Walmart helmet with the mohawk on it. But no, other than that, yeah, in the yard he's got his straight up dirt bike shit.
Oh, no,
yeah.
You need to order him a Warhawk and put on like in my profile picture.
Yeah, we do. We actually do.
Or just get Gopher to send you some chicken feathers.
We'll do that.
Oh, I save them. I save them. I have a special place for them.
Make a headdress. Hoida, hoya, hoida, hoya.
What's the matter, Cave Troll? They working you too hard. You're quiet.
Just looking over some stuff. They have been working me hard though.
He's thinking in the back of his head, do not tell them when I have kids.
Who, Cave Troll?
Yeah.
He's got a kid.
Yeah. I have two.
Damn, 2 kids. I can't imagine.
Well, I have one that's out of the house.
Lucky you.
Lucky bastards.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had a counter on my phone when he was, I think, 15. It was like 570 some days.
No
Until he
way.
turned 18.
You were counting.
Oh yeah, 'cause I was like, "You turn 18, get the fuck out."
Did you two just butt that hard, or?
My parents told me the same thing.
And now you
Hey,
miss it
little
like
ass.
hell.
No.
18, you're out. I was out at 17. Fuck y'all.
Leave it on my terms.
Yep.
Is
See ya.
this mic really low?
My way or the highway.
Little bit, Cave Troll.
I had a job.
You had a job and living on ramen, right?
Yep.
I've
I
got
actually had a decent construction job, so it worked out.
I've got a friend right now who moved back from another state and is back in his parents' house. Let's just say they look really thrilled about the whole thing.
What about now?
How old is he?
That's better.
Yeah.
He's past 30, I think.
You guys are making me feel old. Am I the only one here with a grandchild?
Man, yeah, probably. No, Gopher's here. Gopher's here.
Gopher has no children, no grandchildren. I learned early on. You do
None
not
that-
want to. You do
none that
not
will
want to
admit-
perpetuate this strain of DNA nowheres.
You lucky bastard.
I have a grandkid.
You already have a grandkid?
Yeah, but I know I'm a lot older than you.
Yeah.
Snakes. That's all I need.
Mid-40s with a 7-year-old. That's all I got.
Oh,
All
screw
they-
that.
All they
And I'm too old for that. I'm way too old to have a 7-year-old.
No, you're not.
Yep.
Surprise!
You're never too old to have kids. Come on.
No, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you are. I hate.
Nah, no, you're
Yeah.
not.
I wasn't much on kids when he came into the world.
I should have got
I
fit
hated
when I was
kids.
born.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc, while you're down there,
Matt, how many kids do you have?
I've got 2 boys, 27 and 21.
Lucky you. Good for you, sir.
So now you have 2 brothers, not 2 sons. You are like 2 brothers now. I think I must be the youngest here in the bunch. Oh, no, Dante. Dante is the youngest, I think.
Yeah, maybe Dante. I'm probably the second youngest, but the kid that I have.
No, you're not. The second youngest.
Yeah, maybe. All my friends have kids that are graduating high school, and here I am just starting out. So
No, you're
I
not
don't
the only
know.
one.
I mean, I'm only
You're-
37, so.
Oh yeah, you're way younger than I am. Well,
You what?
not way younger.
It's old enough. It's still old enough to have a kid.
Yeah.
Start young.
I was a little bit older than you when I had Sebastian.
Grover's got his calculator out trying to figure it out.
Yeah. He's older. No, he's got an abacus. He's got an abacus. He don't know how to use no damn calculator.
I got a stick in dirt. That's what I'm working with.
Worse, he's asking Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure you have your kids young while you're young. That way, when you get older, you can kick them out of your house and you can live your life.
I wish that was the case with me.
No,
I fucked up.
Let
work
me
like
tell
that.
you, no.
Oh, I know. I rode the bike to work this morning, and granted, this afternoon it was a great ride, but this morning it was freezing because my oldest's car broke down and he wanted to borrow mine.
And you of course let him. Why didn't you tell him to? Why didn't you make him ride a bike to work?
He ain't riding my bike.
No, a pedal bike. Start pedaling, son. Start pedaling.
Do you know the difference between a car, a girl, and the bike of a guy?
Chicken? What? I'm sorry.
Do you know
Drop
the
dead
difference?
gorgeous, fantastic.
No. The difference between a car, a
Not
bike, and a girl.
The bike will never leave you.
Yep. Come on,
Easier
Raven.
to fix. It's also easier to fix.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Raven. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Sorry. Please cover your ears, because when
Oh, no.
someone
She's heard it, I'm sure.
when
Ouch.
someone fucks our bike, we know.
Yeah.
You can uncover your ears now, Raven.
She can't hear you.
I'll send them
The bike is still easier to fix.
Not always.
Yeah,
Cheaper.
it is. Yes,
Cheaper,
it
too.
is. How long you been married? I've been with my wife 25 years. 25 years. The bike is always easier to fix.
and you know,
Even a brand new Harley's cheaper than a woman.
Oh, I don't know about
Oh.
Harleys. No.
there's pretty cheap women out
No.
there.
Well, yeah, okay.
But you know how women are like bikes?
Yeah, okay.
You never realize how much they mean to you till they go down on you.
Oh, damn it. Damn you, Raven. You're right. Absolutely right. The consequences, though.
Hey, crass and low you guys are.
The consequences, though.
Yeah, your bike never says.
Okay, so you put a rest on your tailpipe.
You know, your bike leader says, "You remember when I did this for you?"
Yes, there it is.
A bike will wear what you put on it.
It might wear, but that doesn't mean it's gonna.
I can ride my bike all day and it don't complain too.
Wait,
Oh, there you go.
are you
But
If you
that's
ride too
because
much, you still get sore.
are you sure you ride a KLR?
Yeah. But that's the thing. He can ride his bike all day.
Yeah. I gotta be quiet. I'm supposed to have a weekend away this weekend.
I can ride my bike all day too, but I don't know about.
I mean, I can ride my
I'm
bike
getting too old.
on the handlebars too, but
There's a pill for that, Jared.
Okay, thank you, sir. Noted.
She's talking to the dog. She's talking to the dog. I thought she's talking to me.
No, she's talking to you. If you think she's talking to the dog, no, she's talking to you.
what did you say? Sit.
No, I'm not misbehaving. Get off the
That's
couch.
what she said. Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh man. Jared, the 7 year is the oldest or the youngest?
He's the only, and
He's the only one.
only. He's the only and the only. He's it. Yeah, he's it.
The one and only.
No, Sebastian is the one and only. That's it.
So while you were at the hospital during his delivery, you were next door getting the vasectomy?
No, it was actually about 6 months, maybe 8 months later. Yeah. All truth be told, yeah, and that was from the wife. Yeah. Lucky me is I didn't want to have any more kids. She's like, yeah, this is it. No, in all honesty, it was not a very good. We're lucky to have him because it was not, and I'm lucky to have him and my wife still here today because it was not a very good childbirth. It was emergency C-section type stuff, and oh my God, what the hell?
Yeah, that'll tighten your colon up and make you think twice again. So.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, that was it. I mean, we were. Yeah. I mean, we were in our late 30s, a very late 30s. So. Yeah. No, he was it. He was it.
Yeah. So. We had the exact same thing. Emergency C. Yep.
We had it easy. You just went out shopping.
Yeah, Mike. Mike picked his up at the department store.
Better adopted, so I can say that. I just went out shopping.
And then he showed up a couple years later trying to return him, but they weren't having it.
Yeah,
I did return one.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
I didn't want. I really didn't like it, but I had to. It was. The child was endangering the whole family through the children and youth around here.
Well,
I mean, he's causing some major problems.
Well, I'm glad that my parents way back then didn't know that there was such an option as returning, because I'm sure I'd have been returned a long time ago.
My parents tried to return me, but the Marine Corps, Camp Lejeune, wouldn't take me back.
There you go. Did you come out with that property of stamped on your butt?
It's on the bottom of my foot.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, Mothman, I just seen your Instagram post. He's cute. Trying to rate him.
Luckily, I was a military child, so yeah, you couldn't return me either.
Yeah, that was Mike.
I was a bad kid, and I guess it I'm so lucky to have such a good kid. So far, so good. 7 years. He's an awesome kid. But yeah, then again,
7
I
years.
only have
But
one.
how old are you? How old are you running, Jared? About 40, 45, 46? No more.
Yeah. I'm right in there. I got a birthday coming up, so yeah, I'm right in that age.
So
I'm turning 46. Let me tell you, I'm turning 46 on the 6th of June.
Okay.
I thought you were older.
Yeah, thank you so much. as a great
All the
philosopher
love.
said.
No, you're
Thank
way
you,
older
sir.
than that. You're
Mike's just
sandbagging
paying
that
back because
shit.
that's the same stuff I said to him a while back.
Yeah, he's sandbagging that shit. I'm thinking 56.
So I'm
so that's what's wrong
46.
with me and my wife. She's an army brat, and I'm a preacher's kid.
Holy,
wow.
Oh,
holy!
man.
Wow.
So you're related to Muzzle. You're related to Muzzle then.
See,
Wow, see.
It is. That's a reverend. So,
Wow, that's crazy, man. Lucky for me that I'm a military brat too. My wife and I are both military brats. I'm Army, my wife's Navy. So,
She pull rank
it
on you a
doesn't
lot.
make any difference. What's that?
The
She pull
Rex.
rank on you a lot.
No. She didn't pull much rank. Although she could, because I mean, her dad. Well, her dad had way more rank than what my dad had, so she could pull rank on me.
Yeah, but they don't do jack
just
shit in the
by
Navy.
just by association. She could pull some rank on me.
Yeah,
Then I would take.
it wouldn't hold.
I would definitely take it.
She'll
all
put
they'd
you
have,
to
all you have to
solitary.
say is just be like, well, at least my dad didn't hang out with a bunch of seamen.
then she'll say you're allowed to board this ship tonight.
That ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed. Don't even try that.
Well, I mean, even like, because, I was active duty in the Army. And I mean, even just for us, when we were dealing with National Guard, I mean, we call them nasty girls.
Yeah.
If you're a weekend warrior, in the reserve, then, there's all sorts of names.
National Guard, let's see,
Yeah, I know them.
I've always, that's the Coast Guard. I've always heard the Coast Guard called Puddle Pirates.
The Coast Guard isn't a part of the.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
they're their own entity, and they deserve the respect that they get.
They say
opinion.
they're a part of, the whole military, but they never show up on anything.
Yeah, no.
They're busy.
Yeah, they're rescuing people at sea.
Gotta guard that
They're in
coast.
the Bering Sea rescuing ships and
Although
shit.
they've really got to get some better looking uniforms. Like their dress blues. Like a buddy of mine, he went into the Coast Guard, and oh my God, he came in for a buddy of mine's wedding, and he
Dress
was
blues.
his dress blues. We flat out just ragged him the whole weekend because he looked like a pilot for like Delta.
Yeah. Because they use the Navy's captain uniform as a to base off of.
Did he say, "Bitch, I fly a helicopter. I just saved some lives, motherfucker"?
No, all he did was he had a good job. All they did was they'd confiscate a bunch of drugs, especially pot, and then they'd put it all together, and then they'd burn it, and then
Stand around and lean on a shovel.
They'd stand around it, and then they'd call in a chopper to come over and hover over the burning pot.
Yeah. Fan the flames.
That's a 300-mile-an-hour bong.
He didn't have to go in the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
They burnt fields of that shit.
I'd like to be that 1 year guy standing around the fire.
Oh, after you do that, you get a paper stating that you can't take a pest test for 6 months.
Yep.
Nice. Yep.
The Coast Guard's biggest job is to save all of us stupid people.
There you go.
Because everybody that goes out in a boat that shouldn't, everybody that thinks that they can, it's just a boat, I can do what I want, goes out in storms or flooded rivers and all that crap, they save our ass.
I resemble that.
They know what they're doing, though.
Oh yeah, dude, they go out in the middle of, like I said, 300-400
Bering
mile an
Sea,
hour,
yeah, the
you know,
Bering Sea,
in
getting
frozen
crabs.
oceans, jump out of a moving helicopter, into Never Never Land, scoop your ass up and take you back to get you warm.
Just turn a look
Yep.
But usually nobody's shooting at them. Usually.
No,
Yeah.
no.
My job was either to kick indoors or make a grid square removed from this earth.
Yeah, there you go. Poof.
Wow.
Well, I mean, one launcher will take
Yeah.
out a full grid square.
Oh yeah. Poof.
Learned shit in ROTC. That's the closest to military I got, other than being a military brat, was ROTC in high school. So I learned all that cool stuff. I decided, no, I didn't want to join the military. I'd rather smoke weed and do construction work. Boy,
Well,
was I fucked up.
If that's what you really like
I was a
to do,
dumbass.
with all that military training, I'll come and pick you up and I'll take you for a weekend out in the middle of the Tennessee woods.
Yeah.
We'll be around a whole bunch of people. Can you?
Well, I figured that, I had a dad that was in the military, taught me all this stuff. Why the hell do I? Yeah, no, I wish still to this day, I wish I would have joined the military, because I did very well in high school with ROTC, was, dressed out and did all my shit and got high ranks, but no, didn't do it. When the recruiters came to high school, I said, no, thank you.
My father told me whenever I was growing up, if you ever join the Marines, I'm going to break your legs. I signed up for the Marines really before I was supposed to be bussed out. I had my car accident. He came to the hospital. I said, I beat you to it.
There you go. Screw you, Dad.
He didn't even know. I was actually born on Camp Lejeune. I was doing Vietnam. There was only 4 of us that was actually officially born on camp. The rest of them were born just outside of camp. We were in. I would actually have to go back there and just take a look around and find out what it looked like back then.
Camp Lejeune.
Through and through. Dad was hardcore Marine Corps.
That's
At
awesome.
least he wasn't a Hollywood Marine.
Yeah.
Me and Death Jockey.
No, the Hollywood Marines went to what's the basic training out on the West Coast?
I don't know that one.
Hollywood?
No, no. Shit.
It's not Camp Pendleton, is it?
No, I don't.
It's near it's near San Diego. What the hell is the name of that place?
I'm drawing a blank. I can't.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, Gopher, I just linked what I used to do.
I can't see it. I'm on mobile. Fuck y'all.
Fuck, I saw that. They're on mobile.
Just look up MLRS.
Did you drive this big shit?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
my brother was an Army Scout.
This is a tank. This is a missile
rocket
carrier.
launcher.
A rocket
Yeah.
launch.
K-Cho was in the rear of the gear.
Nope.
No. He was holding the tank, so the tank won't flip.
He was where he could reach out and touch you anywhere.
Camp Pendleton? Is that what you was talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Hollywood Marines.
Camp Pendleton.
No, unfortunately, the MLRS is not in the rear because they'll actually go up against tanks as well.
When was you active?
2006 and
Oh, okay.
This is heavy shit, man.
My brother was out in 2000.
Did you get to pull the trigger?
oh yeah.
Oh, man.
What is that like about 1.2 million a shot?
Pretty much. And that's only if it's just a normal rocket. If it's ATACMs, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was that? 11 Bravo.
But no one stays inside the vehicle when it shoots, does it?
Yeah, you sit inside the cab.
In the cab
Oh.
where the shutters are closed.
Yep.
Yeah, you sit up
Right.
there in the top of the cab where the shutters are closed because somebody's shooting back at you.
Well, that, and as soon as you shut the doors and everything, it's a total sealed environment.
Yeah, you don't want to breathe that propulsion.
I mean, we would.
That breathe.
You had to.
Like if you're looking at the cab,
Yeah.
the far left window,
Yeah.
right above it, there's a hatch at the top,
Yeah.
and that's normally where the chief would sit, and there would be like a gun mount up there, and we'd leave it open.
Yes. The military eat a lot of beans. Yes, I understand it. Because a lot of methane left.
Well, as cliche as it sounds nowadays, thank you for your service, sir.
It was fun times. I wish I was still in.
I bet it was.
But most people that are out,
I wish I would have joined.
they say they wish they were still in.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're combat armed, normally you would rather still be in.
Yeah, like I said, my brother was an army scout.
Good
But
old
did you go
19 Delta.
abroad?
Yeah.
Oh, that place that you used to go in Germany was in the military? No. That
Yeah.
was. Ah. So you're a blue helmet then?
Do what?
A blue helmet?
One more time.
If you were a blue helmet.
A blue helmet? No.
That's the UN.
That's the UN.
But again, I think it's like 60% of the UN's the U.S. Army anyway. It's whoever decided to say, hey, you're rolling with the UN today.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just give you the blue helmet so they can't blame any one individual country.
Pretty much.
Yes.
I know my brother was over doing the whole Bosnia bullshit, and anytime they sent the UN, they would go through squads and say, you, and you. Go pull your flag. Go pull your flags off and change your uniform.
Did you serve, Dempsey?
No, I didn't. Actually, he's the one talking. My brother, my dad, the one talking me out of it. I was gonna go.
I tried to join when I was 37 years old, and they wouldn't take me. Yeah, those bastards. I mean, come on. I was fit.
They knew the kid was born. Come on.
I had no issues. I had security clearance. I was working for a bank. There was no reason why they wouldn't take me. They said, no, you're too old and you've got some medical issues. No. Sorry,
That's
sir.
why they wouldn't let me go because of medical issues. I made it through the first. When I went for the second, and they started asking what all the scars were from.
Yeah.
They were not going to put $1 million into somebody that they'd have to, lose and all this stuff. I said, I just want to go work on the vehicles, please.
Yeah, there you go. I'll be a mechanic. That's what I grew up doing. I said, no. Yeah,
I wanted to go in the
your
Navy.
appendix ruptured, and you don't have a gallbladder, and all this. You got IBS.
They should put you with a EOD.
It's like, fuck, man.
We had
okay. I'll just stay here and have a kid.
we had a bomb threat at our base in Germany at Strasbourg Kaserne, and so they brought in the EOD and they brought in the dogs to sniff out. And then they went around to each of the batteries and selected a few people. And if the dog triggered on a door that could possibly be a bomb inside, you were the one that had to go in there and check.
Yeah, you're the guinea pig.
Yeah, and I even asked them because I was like, well, what's the dog for? And they were like, well, the dog costs more than it does to replace you. So that's
yeah,
why.
yeah, that's it. Yep. So you need to go in.
Didn't you work at the time? Woof.
Well, I think blowing up innocent animals would be really awful. Couldn't they get some untrained dog to send into the room while they
It's
keep
still
the
a
trained
dog.
Brilliant.
Come on,
Brilliant.
the intended
Well,
would take a piece of the dynamite.
What you want, green?
Chickens. What
There's a
about
whole bunch
chickens?
of memorials dedicated to the dogs
Chickens
that they
would
trained
carry a
for
gopher
the,
behind. Come on.
Get a handful. Get a bunch of chickens. Throw them in the room behind the door.
Chickens.
throw
Yeah,
the chickens in, and the gophers will follow the chickens. Everything's fixed.
But it also depends on what country you're in, because if you're in Korea, you won't find a stray dog.
Oh shit.
True.
Or at least he won't be stray for long. He'll be on a dinner plate.
Where's your puppy? Right there in the pot.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that about the chickens. You throw the chickens in, if it goes off, you have fried chicken that night.
Yep.
Instant dinner.
I think it's a stupid thing to use dogs or animals in our actual days with all the drones and robots and
Well,
cams and everything. I just don't get it. Why
Skynet.
do they have?
yeah, with the olfactory senses that the dogs have, the highest concentration of particles that they can sniff out in their nose, they still haven't designed a machine that can do what they can do.
No.
So they can sniff out bomb, drugs. They have dogs that are trained to sniff out skin cancer. That they can find cancer particles. The cancer has a certain olfactory scent to it. You can't replace the canines. I mean,
No.
Yeah.
I
There's
wonder
a
how
video-
much they'd give me for my wife's dog.
There's a video.
the thing is, they could use pigs, but the problem is you can't trust a pig. You can put lipstick on her all day long. You can't trust
Yeah,
that bitch
no,
for
still
nothing.
can't trust it.
Oh,
Oh shit.
She'll squeal on you every time.
come on, we have a lady here. Come on. Oh.
I hear a vape.
No.
Someone's vaping.
Three of us here to vape.
Yeah.
That's not a vape. That's Mike's breast pump.
Oh, there it is.
I got those put away.
So you gotta. Do you have to kind of like winterize those, Mike?
Which are right.
Depends on what brand you buy.
Mm.
If you get the Harbor Freight ones, no.
Yeah, but the Harbor Freight ones, don't they do the little teeny breast?
No, they have pretty good sized ones, but you gotta watch they don't explode.
Oh, shit.
Good old Harbor Freight.
I love their tools. I've only ran into one bad tool with Harbor Freight.
You can always take them back. Yeah, you can always take them back. And you always have to do.
I've never had to take any of my stuff back to Harbor Freight.
I normally lose it before I gotta take it back.
No, I do.
I normally steal them off you.
That's where they're all going.
I bought an angle grinder and used it one time and it blew up in smoke.
Oh, I wish they had Harbor Freight when I was a kid because I would get my ass beat because they were nice, Snap-on or Craftsman tools.
Oh, yeah.
And when you leave them in the yard and your dad finds them with the lawnmower,
Oh, yeah.
there's hell to pay.
Bring back memories.
You can't bring that shit. No.
Everybody takes their own about tools. I've had Snap-ons. I've had Macco. I've had Mac. I had some pretty good tools. I prefer Harbor Freight over those, though.
Get the fuck out of here. Sorry for my language.
I've broke good tools just as much as the cheap tools.
Exactly. I mean, and then I'd have to turn around and wait for the Snap-on or Mac truck to show up to replace it. No, I can go down the road and replace it Harbor Freight, no problem.
Yeah, and if you have a Harley, you have to go to Harbor Freight because they have
Yeah.
the 12-point 10mm socket for your calipers.
HD.
So you don't have to go to
Hundreds of dollars.
So you don't have to go to Harley Davidson and buy a stupid socket.
Yeah, you're only going to use it once or twice, so that makes perfect sense.
Oh my gosh.
Touche.
After you doing those forks, you're never going to do another pair, are you?
Well, no, it's not really for the forks; it's for the calipers.
Yeah.
He did said it was doing something more. I just can't recall. What was it, Cave Troll? You did the front forks, and then you said I'm about to do what?
Yeah, I still need to do the rear springs.
Yeah, the rear springs. That's it.
Get the progressives.
Is it sagging or?
Be done.
It's just they're the original shocks that were on there from 1970.
Oh, so basically they're just struts now. There's no shock left to it.
Yeah, there's no shock. Yeah, you need some progressive stuff, man.
And I'm
progressive shit.
I'm not a light guy, so
yeah. Motomap knows a great shop.
No.
So, well, you can get like 6 KLR shocks and put on the back of it.
Yeah.
Yes, seriously, you get that down and out. Like I said, ship the bike up here. I'll fix it.
Hey, the offer still stands. I have that
shock together
house. Just bring it by and we'll work on it.
Yeah, Gopher can fabricate up a bracket or sure, man.
Yeah, we'll weld something together.
We'll weld something.
I got 1 million parts of a Volkswagen. We'll make something fit.
Yeah, we'll turn that bitch into a trike before no time.
With Gopher's know-how and my body, we could do some damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the only. I just can't grab or get under or hold things with my hands anymore. Is all.
Oh, I can do it. Just tell me
I know you can. I know.
Just tell me what to do. I
watched you manhandle that motorcycle that day.
Well, in other words, you're just going to turn it into an AMF bike.
Oh, shit. No.
I still like AMF. I don't care what they say. It was just that you couldn't depend on what part you got when it was coming down the assembly line.
And always have a drip pan under the bike.
That's fine.
I have cardboard under mine, but yeah, I did not totally understand what you were talking about until I took those forks off. Yeah. And then it's just like, homie, why is this here?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be there. The book says it's not supposed to be there. Dude, I'm telling you, you AMF, you just whatever was there, they were slapping it on, whether it was left over from this model, that model, or whatever. If they could grind it down and make it fit in the hole, it was going.
It's good enough.
But I still like AMF. The truth is they saved Harley. They almost ruined them.
They saved it. You're right. Yep.
We would have lost them and never got it back.
Yep. No, they saved them. You're right.
Shovels are outrageous in price.
Yeah. Shovel head, listen, a shovel or a shovel pan configuration with a shovel lower end and a pan head upper, dude, those motors are awesome. They're not the big high performance. They're not super fast, but you can get on that thing and chug all day long. You're going to leave a trail, but you can chug all day long.
What it's doing, it's just self-changing its oil.
Yeah, you just got to put 50 weight diesel blend in it, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Recycle.
Run with the Rotella. You got to go with the Rotella.
Rotella, triple diesel blend. That's what I run in the Gopher. That's what I'm going to run in all my Volkswagens. That's what I run all the time. That shit is
the Rotella. Thank you. I'm glad you confirmed that for me, Gopher. Yeah, you're the man.
Gopher.
I'm not the only dumbass.
No, let me tell you something. You put Rotella. They run Rotella Super T. Triple T in aircraft motors that run for billions of hours.
Forever.
Across everything. And basically all it is a Volkswagen block and jug and heads.
Yeah.
But it's aircraft, and they run it for a bit. And you listen, when you're flying, you don't want to break down. So anything they use in those, it's got to be good. You can take that Rotella and beat it to death. Put it under tremendous pressure and heat, and the molecules will not break down.
Yep. Rotella's good stuff, man.
Yeah, I run 50 in the oil and then 80, 90 in the primary.
Maybe when I change the one to Buick, I should put some of that Rotella Triple T in there.
Go with the Rotella. Yep. You got 200,000 on that Buick, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, the Rotella Triple T, it has a large molecule base to it. It will not leak, but it don't break down either. You can beat on it and beat on it and beat on it, and it just won't break down.
Oh, mine don't leak.
How do you figure out when to change your oil?
When you change your oil, when you put your finger in it and you test the tack, and it doesn't string anymore.
Yeah.
So when you lose the viscosity and your oil doesn't string anymore on the Rotella Triple T, if it doesn't string anymore, it's time to change it, because that means you've lost the viscosity. It will not stick to the metal anymore.
I run Rotella in my truck. Of course, it's a diesel, and
absolutely,
I change oil every 10,000 miles.
Yeah, I got Rotella. I got 1540 Rotella Triple T diesel motor in the Gopher right now. Nice,
good deal.
Yeah, starting at 15 below this winter was interesting. It went, and it fired.
What reference do you use? What viscosity?
Well, it's supposed to have 5W30 in it, and I've got 15W40. I got 1540.
Yeah,
15. That's too much.
Oh, no, I know, but I couldn't get any 5W, and I needed to change the oil right away, and I had this.
So using a 0W or a 5W.
No,
depends on the engine. No, not on that engine.
Yes, it's a matter of temperature.
You just gotta let it warm up quite a while before you try to move it.
That's how I get story time. I'm there for 15 minutes letting her warm up before I'll move.
Did they make a 2050 in the Rotella Triple T?
Yeah, they'll make everything from 5 to 575. So I mean, it has all kinds of viscosities that you can get it with. I just couldn't get it, and I had this on hand. And I've got some of that Rotella that's still in the jug 35 years now. Now, it wasn't a Triple T, but it was the standard Rotella blend for diesel tractors. And it hasn't separated, and it's still got good viscosity tack to it. And I use it for pre-assembly and stuff. Like if you're building a motor, I use it to put the motor together with.
I know a lot of people put Rotella in the KLRs, and I'm kind of
high mileage. I would do it. Yeah.
Air-cooled motors, you can't beat it. Diesel motors that suffer that tremendous amount of pressure and heat, and air-cooled motors, you just can't beat it.
Yeah, but
I agree. Something more for Rotella, man. There's something in it that, I agree.
I mean, I've watched video of people putting Rotella in the bike at like 5,000 miles.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm afraid of is mine's had synthetic in it since. I'm afraid to switch back from it.
Well, synthetic is a very, very small, fine molecule. All right. It still is a petroleum. Even though they're calling it synthetic, it still is a derivative of petroleum, but it has a super fine molecule to it. So if you have high pressure and high mileage with a fine molecule, it's going to spew everywhere.
Mm.
But if you have the large molecule, okay, and synthetic is good. It's not that it's a bad thing, and I'm saying to use regular instead of synthetic. It's either way. It's just the reason I use it for what I do with it air-cooled motors, motors that will spew oil when they're, until they get up to a temperature. Volkswagens, just like the old Harleys, until they're up to temperature, they're going to spray. So that's why I use it in all the Volkswagens, because Volkswagens, the tolerances on those, you've got what they call a thrust bearing in the back, and if that tolerance is off, it's going to that thrust bearing is going to wear out your crank seal, and oil's just going to go everywhere, all over your throwout bearing and your clutch plate, and you're not going to be able to stop it. But if you use a large molecule, that throwout bearing, believe it or not, gets blocked by that large molecule and won't leak through your main seal. I mean, just for me, I'm not claiming nothing. I'm just knowing what I know.
I know I've been thinking about switching to it for the car, but
hey, go for a look up, see if you can find a 2050 Rotella.
All righty.
2050.
Because I can't find it.
I ran a 1530 in my Integra Honda. But it was a built engine, so. And I had to, because, I mean, it was forged pistons and shot peen rods, and I misjudged.
You want what, a 1530?
Well, I mean, I run 2050 in mine.
Ooh.
Yeah, in the Harley.
That's big. Yeah, and it's, yeah.
That you run 2050 in the Harley?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2050.
Run 2050 in the oil, and then in the transmission, it's 80-90.
80-90 in the trainee, yeah. I would stick with that.
Yeah, Rotella 2050.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Rotella T30 2050. I'm trying to find the number here for it.
Have you ever changed the piston rings, Captrol?
I haven't, but they have been.
How many miles ago?
That bike has probably around a total of 80,000.
Nice.
And they changed the piston rings already. You don't need to put 2050. A 10 or 15 is more than enough.
Well, I mean, that. When it comes from Harley, that's like all the Harley Davidsons run pretty much 2050.
Yep, they all run 2050 because of the tolerances in the Harleys themselves. So that's what they run. It's standard.
I see straight 50. I'm not seeing any multi viscosity 2050.
And I can run 2050 if it's straight 50 if it's a hot summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here they got Rotella 2050 for Land Rovers.
Wow. Yeah, I can see that for freaking Land Rovers. Wow. You're laughing. Yeah, those things spend a lot of time in the shop.
Overland is yours a diesel?
Yes, mine is a 300 GDI from 97.
Yeah.
And I use the 10W30.
Yeah, they have it listed, Cave Troll. They have it listed, but I cannot find an actual price on it. But Rotella has it listed in their lineup, 2050.
Right.
But I can't find one.
Right now, I just use the Castrol GTX.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, any good modern oil, I'm just saying, for me and why I use it, for the reasons that I use it, I've never found, and I'm talking over the last 40 plus years, Shell, Rotella, I've never, but I'm an old farm guy, so diesel tractors, farm tractors, implements, things that are made, you start it up today and you never shut it off for, a week, so those are just things to run and run and run and run. Yeah, I mean, it's listed on their site, but it's not, I can't find a price and or a picture of it.
I'll screw you with the price.
Probably. Yeah, because I know it's showing up at a bunch of the forum sites, and everybody's like, "I don't think they make a 2050."
Okay, here is it's not the Rotilla series. It is made for the gas motors 2050. SA 20W50 oil by the quart, pack of 12s, and it is the Shell formula number is 5500240067, and it's like $60 for a 12 pack.
Ain't too bad.
But it is for it's not the Rotilla, so it's not for diesel. It's for just regular gasoline and turbocharged engines. So it doesn't have the high compressionable rate for diesel motors, the high heat, high pressure.
With the low
I hear
temperature
sirens
that you get on winter. Yes.
It says this is for low temperature, not high temperature.
Yeah,
Mike, close the door. The sirens are coming.
Yeah, it's either Mike or Gopher. Which one?
What's that?
The sirens in the background.
Oh no, it ain't me.
No, it's me.
Oh, looking for you too, huh?
Yep. I'm in the city.
I'm checking on my door.
They're coming for all of us.
Just for precaution. I was
It's the Rotella police coming at us.
With all that low temperatures that you get.
Yeah,
don't you use any additives?
Yeah.
They think we're full of shit, but we know what we're talking about.
I use the additives that I have to use because the block does not have bronze silicon valve guides or bronze seating. So since the lead's been taken out of the gasoline for all of my air-cooled motors and airplane motors and stuff, I have to add a zinc body to it. I have to add a certain amount of zinc to it. I can't overdo it because then it becomes corrosive, but I have to figure out how much oil's in it, and then I have to measure out and put a percentage of the zinc in to supplement not having the lead in the oil, and then I can put so many drops of a zinc additive in the gasoline to supplement for the top end lube, since the Volkswagens, without being built for this new crappy gas, they'll destroy themselves in a matter of weeks with this gas, because the gas burns too hot, overheats your motor, friction, and then the breakdown in the valve body and stuff, because there's no lubrication. Then you got all that alcohol without any lubrication, which is basic water to that block. And remember, a Volkswagen block has like 7 different metals in it, all expanding at different ratios. This new gas and oil just destroys air-cooled motors. Just destroys.
Yeah, they had to. I know my father-in-law was telling me that he had to take it in and have them redo the motor to get it to where they could use the new gas.
Yeah, you have to have bronze silicon valve guides in it, because bronze silicon valve guides, as they wear, they lubricate themselves. They make their own anti-friction film. So that lubricates.
The lead has that function too, to lubricate.
Right. Once they removed it, and then when you start adding water, which is this E85 stuff, they start adding water and alcohol, that becomes corrosive inside these blocks. That's why you used to be able to let gas sit in your tank over the winter. You can't do that no more. You do it now, and you end up like Motor Man's sons.
Yep.
Well, like it happened to be 4 months, and my tank was green.
Yeah, it'll turn green. It will actually sour. Gasoline souring. What the hell?
Yeah.
And it
smells. I mean, if it smells like it, it smells like it. You can smell it.
It sours and goes putrid.
Yep.
And then all it is acid. It becomes the biomass.
Corrosive.
Yeah, the biomass breaks down and starts an acidic compound, and it just eats through everything in a motor. I go crazy over this stupid.
Oh, it eats through everything in a gas tank too. Because when I first got this bike, it hadn't been rode in probably around 10 or 15 years, and they had gas still sitting in it.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
turpentine.
Oh yeah, it totally. Back in the day, he coated the tanks.
Right. Yeah.
It is. Well, eat that shit up, man, and then
it ate through
finds its way to the carburetor.
Oh yeah, I had to redo the carb too.
Yep.
Which is the old shovel, so you're always fighting with that carburetor.
Yep.
I walked away from a bike because a guy let it set for 9 months.
How
And
is the acceptance of gas installation of GPL in your country, in the States? Do they use it? Do they left it's obsolete? What happens with GPL?
huh?
The installation of gas in cars, do you still use it, or it's just you left that gas? Do you know what is GPL?
That's the
It's natural gas. The car can run on two
Sure,
fuels.
you can convert it over, and
Yes.
it's cool, but you do not get the same natural gas. When we used to convert them back over in the 60s, we'd convert delivery vehicles, fleet vehicles, and stuff like that.
Right.
And you had additives in the natural gas. You don't have that now. It's nice and clean, and that's their whole point with it to it and everything. But you can run off of that. But sometimes you have to have additives in an injector. So we used to have the old injectors off of
But
what
do
they
you
call
have that usage in the United States?
No, not really.
no,
Yeah.
not as no. They haven't switched.
there's
We've
a
got plenty of
few.
natural gas.
There's a few places where they've started testing the natural gas,
Yeah.
but most
Because
everything is gas. Like
there are still a few stupid Europeans that believe that using gas is a good thing.
Well, I mean, like right now, I mean, like you can buy a new car or a new vehicle,
Buy fuel.
and you can get it retrofitted.
Yep.
But
They sell conversion kits for natural gas conversion kits for carbureted and fuel injected cars.
but most of the time, what ends up happening, especially around here, there's no stations
Yeah.
that do that.
Yeah,
So
but the
what
difference
you have to do is you got
the
to
difference is that the European are discovering the big engines, big gas engines, and as in fuel, in gasoline engines, and they're starting to discover those big blocks. And what do they do? As gasoline here in Europe is very expensive. They do the conversion kits, so they install the natural gas. And I'm a mechanical engineer, and I'm a defensor of not installing the gas because after a few miles, the engine blows just because of the same reasons that Gopher just described, of the lead leaving the engine. So the gas has no lubricate function. Also, you have to have some additives to make it work. And if you have an engine that was used to work about 50 or 70 miles, 70,000 miles with normal gas, and if you change it to, well, not as normal gas, I must say normal gasoline, if you change it to natural gas, it will blow the engine in 20,000 miles, for sure. And that's what's been happening here in Europe. And people still think because gas is 1/3 the price of the gasoline.
Well, I mean that's why when you buy a new car, normally they'll offer it as a package. I mean, there's places that I mean, I could take my car tomorrow if I wanted to spend the money and get it converted, but
yes, but you don't get the investments back.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to get nothing out of it. I mean, I'm not getting out of it, but as far
Well,
as
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with when hybrids came out. The amount of money that you spend on one of the,
those Prius and those hybrids Hondas, and so, oh man, I'm about to throw up.
In the States here,
I buy a Tesla.
We don't keep cars normally long enough for it to actually benefit you.
And it won't. And it won't. If you do the math at the end of the life of the car, it won't do anything good to the environment or so. It's exactly the same or worse than a normal car.
Well, let me rephrase that. The people that can afford to buy those don't keep the cars long enough.
Yeah. Okay, perfect example. For for someone who buys a Prius, for them to quote make their money back, you need to have at least 10 years. And like Cave Troll said, most people, for the most part, they don't keep a car 10 years.
Well, okay. You can't keep. It's hard to keep a car more than 3 years because it's designed to fail within that 3 years. They'll sell it to you and they'll get you payments for 9 years, but there are the major components on that car are designed to fail within 3 years. Just like all your sealed rear ends, your sealed transmissions, your sealed motors, you can't even add fluids to a lot of them.
Unless you buy a Honda.
Well, they have a mileage life. They have a mileage life, and then you're done.
That's not. No.
I mean, like
I totally don't agree with you, Gopher.
Perfect example.
Oh, come on now.
I'm not going to bag on the Prius too much, but as far as like the Prius goes, it's not uncommon to see one of those with like 300,000 or 400,000 miles on it.
Correct.
Mainly because one, their CVT, while I don't like it, from what I understand, is one of the best in the world and needs very little service. It's a very basic transmission.
Less wear and tear when you have a solid jolt as you're shifting gears. If you have something that flows into a gear instead of clunking into a gear, of course the moving parts are more fluid than they are solid.
The more moving parts you have, the more issues you're going to have.
The less moving parts, the more longevity. And like as far as like the whole motor, and like a perfect example, when the Prius first came out, the whole they said the battery packs are good for about 10 years or like 150, 200,000 miles, whichever comes first. And at the time when they were coming up for that battery service, if you take it to the dealer, it's like a $10,000 job.
It was like a $10,000 job.
Yeah.
That's why I started to say it's a disposable car. When something goes wrong, you throw it away.
But okay, but if you're
that was the Yugo.
No, seriously. Now,
completely locked though.
Now, as far as like the Prius goes, I mean, you can get battery refresher kits. You can get either a battery rejuvenation or just get a whole new battery kit. And the battery kit's like $1,500, and you can do it yourself.
Yeah, there's DIYs on YouTube now. You can redo them yourself with the 18650s.
I've watched countless people. I don't know. They'll go buy a Prius of 400,000 miles that has the red triangle of death. They'll get the battery kit, and they'll just keep driving it. Because it's got 400,000 miles, but like I said, if a lot of that's all city driving, which that's what mainly people intended them for, that mileage isn't on the gasoline motor.
Yes, because when you get to the conversion must be 35 miles an hour. The electrical part just shuts off.
Depending on the generation Prius,
it shuts off.
Some of the newer ones you could go up to about 50 off of the electric motor.
Yes, but very, very gentle and very slowly, because whenever you step the gas on the pedal gas, it just cranks starts the petrol engine. So
it depends on where you have the gear selector, though.
But it's still sensible. You cannot do a normal driving. Sorry, River.
I thought that they also were finding out that the battery packs were lasting longer than they expected them to last.
Yeah, that's for the whole either 10 years or it was like 200,000 miles, whichever.
Yeah, but people were buying the slow chargers, the cheaper charger for them, or maybe that was just the pure electrics.
No. The Prius didn't have a plug-in version till.
That's right. The Prius was the hybrid. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, the Prius later in the game came up with the plug-in hybrid idea.
Right. Depends on the generation you've got.
But as far as I've done a lot of research on electric vehicles and hybrids, because at one point I was seriously considering when General Motors was basically giving away leases on Chevy Volts, I was seriously considering doing that. And
well, you better start thinking on that, because the electricals are coming, and
Yeah.
Even today, I had a meeting.
This was before. This was back when the Volt first came out. Like I said, General Motors was basically giving away leases just to
They
move.
were.
They're only coming to Europe.
Yeah. And they sucked.
The-
Sorry, my
the-
neighbor. My neighbor had one. He complained about it all the time. I can't tell you how many times that it was on a flatbed. So.
Well, I mean, as far as like me,
It's
like
the-
my commute is like 30 miles, is like 30 miles or 50 miles round trip.
Okay, well, you're only good for 25 miles with that Chevy Volt, all electric.
Depending on your location
No,
and whatnot.
25 miles.
Yeah, before the motor kicks on. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I'm
I
just
don't
saying.
know if the Chevy Volt would make it up one of our mountains.
Nope.
that is saying no.
This whole conversation, I've just been sitting here shaking my head. No, 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 no.
No.
Of course, I'm a diehard. I mean, I drive a Duramax diesel. The torque, you know.
You
manly car now.
need to, Moto, you need to ride in a Tesla. You talk about some torque.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you just need $80,000.
Yeah, but
that's
that
it. Or
Tesla,
110. Yeah.
That Tesla will not pull my camper up these mountains.
No, it will not. No, it will not.
Yes, it will.
Hey, those door maxes are nice and all until they melt.
Yes, it will.
Then again, yeah, you're right.
kind of
You
music
know
do you
what?
listen
You're
to,
right
Matt?
because you're talking. You're talking 570 some foot-pounds of torque. So, but you're only good for about 200 miles at that rate.
For now, but
For now, yeah, you're right. For now,
in 2 years, things will go exponential on evolution. I'm telling you. In 2020, I think we'll have
technology will catch up. Technology will definitely catch up.
Well, okay. Basically, what I'm getting at and what I was looking at in the long run, this was I knew that if I got a bike, the car was basically going to become a winter vehicle. And as far as as long as it gets me to point A to point B, I didn't care what it was.
That's all that matters.
And that's why I was kind of like looking at the whole hybrid / electric thing. I mean, like I could go get a Nissan Leaf and it would do what I needed to do.
Oh my God.
That's such an ugly car.
Not the first and second generation. Only the
You
third
would be made
generation
fun of when
the
you got to
Nissan Leaf.
work. They would make so much fun of you.
I don't care.
But you have to see that. Let me give you an example. For the United States, having an actual generation electrical car would be a big mistake because you have to cover so many miles and the distances are huge for you. And I can understand that because in Europe, talking about great trips, he's talking about 1/3 of the trip that you'll be making in the US. So electrical cars do work inside our small cities, but in US, I cannot imagine an electrical car driving from one big town to another because you must be having what 300 miles, 400 miles between.
It wouldn't work
unless you had a Tesla, because the supercharger network here is unbelievable.
Well,
I just visited one recently, and
within the last few years, it's gotten to where you could feasibly do it. But even then, Tesla even tells you that you shouldn't supercharge.
No, you can't. You can't do it all the time.
You can't do it the whole trip to go coasting.
No.
I mean, you can do it, but you're going to really screw your battery.
You can turn on the AC. You cannot turn on the stereo. You cannot operate the windows many times.
You have forget about the heat. Yeah, forget about the heat or the air conditioning.
Yeah. And it depends.
Because actually, there's a supercharger not far from me at a hotel.
I just visited one last weekend. Did a little video on it, and it's about an hour south of me. And there's another one an hour north of me, and it was kind of cool just to see it lit up at night, and this Tesla superchargers, which it's just new. So
Yeah, but here's the
I
thing:
had to go check it out. But
how
yeah,
much?
so
How much power are they using from either coal or nuclear to
there
power
you go.
those?
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
And even so,
I know all the arguments for the treehouse.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
Exactly.
but even so, how much does a Tesla cost? That's the
A
main.
lot.
Oh, the entry level for
That-
like a 70,
Doesn't make
Model
any
S, like
sense.
70, 75 or something like that.
It
That's still
doesn't
like
make
80,
any
90
sense.
grand.
Hey
Doesn't
Matt,
make
check
any
out that song I just linked.
It's pretty cool.
I was looking at that. Yeah, but okay. What did you say the Tesla was?
Oh, for like the regular Model S, like a 70, 75 Model S, they're like 80, 90 grand.
You
Okay.
can buy them used right now for. In fact, I looked at one that's here locally.
Yeah,
It
okay,
was
okay.
48. No, I'm telling you, it was 48,000
Okay, but
for an
that
85D.
but that supercharger,
that's a
that free
lot.
supercharger doesn't transfer.
Okay,
Right.
but okay, how much is
No,
a?
it does. In fact, it actually that was listed as free supercharging.
No,
The thing with the supercharger is once you buy it for the car, it sticks with the car. That's how Tesla does it.
it's account driven.
Is-
No, they changed that. It's account driven.
Okay, how much is a
Maybe now. Yeah, I mean, this was 2 weeks ago. I looked at it,
Challenger
and it
Hellcat?
came with free.
Oh, Tesla,
Tesla will-
you can get one of those for about 70, 80 grand.
Right.
Right, and a Tesla will beat it at the drag strip, hands down. If you go check out the Tesla supercharger, Tesla Racing.
Yeah, but you can't use
channel.
that because that's a gutted out car. That's
No, I'm just
car. That's
I'm just talking trash. I'm just talking trash. It is there though. I mean, you can see it. Yeah, that Tesla rips up on that Hellcat.
It ain't gonna
Yeah,
whip,
Demon.
it ain't gonna whip up on a fucking Demon though.
It whips up on the Demon. Go check it out. Get on YouTube. Look it up. Tesla versus the Demon.
Well, that's got to be true.
Look it up.
It's online.
It's called Tesla Racing Channel.
Yeah, I know who
Yeah.
it is. I know.
Yeah, you've seen it.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
There's been a lot of
They also did the Model X. They also did the Model X with the Trackhawk.
the X.
You know, the two fastest SUVs in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Model X is just a Model S with a higher roof line.
In Europe, the Model X has been delivered, but the other one hasn't. Tesla has some big issues to deal with Europe because
There's issues. That I tell you what, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot of issues with those Teslas, man. There's a lot of issues with those Teslas.
Yeah. But even so, you have some good offers now. You have
It's
the
coming,
new
though.
Renault.
Like you said, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah. The Renault with the Zoe, and the Mitsubishi with the IMEV, something like that. They are dealing cars, and the new generation of
Yeah, the Maverick. Yep.
Yes, but even so, comparing the Mitsubishi uses not Mitsubishi, the Nissan Leaf. It's the same technology as the Renault Zoe, and the new one, the 400 amps, really goes up a notch in the mileage. It does about 280, almost 300 kilometers. That makes 200 miles, 200 and something miles. So it's not a big car. It's not a family car. It's still an utility vehicle, like a city vehicle. But even so, it's dealing cars in Europe.
Let's see here. What is it they say? It's easy to make a quarter-mile car, but it's hard to make a standing-mile car.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Which the Model S is a quarter-mile car.
Yep, that's all it is. It's just quick. It's not fast.
Yeah.
It's not fast, but it's quick.
Yeah.
You take it past the quarter-mile.
Even the interiors and the technology applied is not that great of a difference. I tried the Model X, and the plastics do make a lot of noise. There's no quality construction. The sound is not that great. Even the seats do wrench and do some funny noises, and I wasn't doing anything weird inside the car. But but you know, whenever you bumped into a hole, the suspension did a lot of noises, and you can hear inside the car a lot of rolling noise of the wheels and so. I thought the construction of the Tesla was terribly poor for an 80,000 euro car starting model. Come on.
I felt the same way. It was not real leather. The construction of it inside, it just wasn't there.
It's not going to be real leather because they're trying to go after the
exactly. Yep. But I tell you what, driving that car spoiled me. It was a P85D, and dude, I couldn't believe it. It was one of the fastest cars I've ever driven. I've never had my neck snapped back like that in my life. And I was in a stock car. I mean, come on, a stock car right off the line. Like, man, get the fuck out of here.
Have you ever tried the i8?
It was bullshit. I thought it was bullshit.
Have you ever tried the i8 from BMW?
No, I've only seen an i8. I mean, there you go with the BMW. I mean, that's another crazy expensive electric car that I'll never own.
Actually, that's a hybrid. That's an electric car.
Yes.
Right.
That was the biggest grief that I had because I tried the car and I found out that it was an hybrid.
Yeah.
it's not a full electric, so
no.
And it's like a concept car. It's not really.
And the exhaust noise is fake. It ain't real.
It's fake.
It is fake. Yeah, they pump the sound into the cockpit. Yeah. It's crazy.
Not only, and the outside noise is manufactured too. It's crazy. I don't know the concept.
What was crazy for me driving that P85D that I drove was that there was no freaking noise hardly. You know, all you heard was like a whine from the electric motors and and wind noise. I mean, there was a little bit of wind noise, and man, the neck snap and just the feeling you got. I mean, I hadn't felt that since, you know, drag strip times with some big blocks. I mean, it was nuts.
Go drive a GTR.
Yeah,
I've ridden in a GTR. I haven't driven one, but I have ridden in a GTR. But yeah, no, it wasn't like the Tesla. And I've been in both. Yeah, I've driven it and ridden in the passenger seat of a Tesla, and I was like, wow, this is freaking nuts. But that's just me. I mean, I'm not a big, you know, proponent of electric cars or anything. I'm still a gas guy, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's probably coming. It's probably coming, guys. It's gonna be electric.
I love the gas. I love the gas cars.
Oh yeah,
I'm kind of curious about the electricals. I'm kind of curious.
They can suck my dick on this electric motorcycle shit.
Come on, man. Harley Davidson.
There we go.
Come on, Harley Davidson's got it.
Yeah, well, I got a couple of them I'm looking at, and I'm waiting for the company to actually make something nice. When they can get the range over 75 to 100 miles before it needs charged, you know, and can haul my fat ass around, I might think about one for you know, just getting someplace. But to ride, I can't get over the sound.
That's the thing, is the sound is that you know, on a motorcycle, an electric bike is going to be way too dangerous because nobody can frickin' hear it.
No,
And I don't think it's going to work on a motorcycle. I mean, it's just way too quiet. People can't hear you. It's not going to work.
That's what I was going to ask Gopher if they'd make an aftermarket exhaust for it.
Yeah,
Aftermarket speaker.
Listen, you're going to need an aftermarket speaker. Yeah, you're going to need an aftermarket speaker for this Harley Davidson.
I personally want hydrogen. I want to strap my ass to something. When it blows, there's nothing left for 30 square blocks.
There you go.
I want hydrogen.
I don't want to feel nothing.
Dave Troll needs to start recording his Harley now for soundtracks for electric bikes.
Oh, he can't do that. Harley will sue the shit out of him.
That's a patent sound.
They patented that damn sound. They have a patent on it.
It's a patent sound.
You know how many people I'll get comments from going, your bike isn't idling correctly. You need to turn up your idle.
I get wood every time I watch one of your vehicles and hear that thing. It brings back so much memories.
Like, dude, it's a shovel. It's supposed to sound like it's about to die.
I tell you, it's something else, though. I mean, it really is to be sitting at a red light next to him and just feeling, the air around you vibrating,
And when you go to put it in gear and each time you shift, it's supposed to sound like you just broke 30 jug bottles.
Yep.
That's exactly. It's supposed to be like you're crushing rocks.
Oh God, when I especially if I downshift, it's just like kunk.
And that's just what it's made to do.
And that's what it's supposed to be like.
Your bike sounds like it has apnea. When I'm working here, it's like apnea. Do you know apnea? When you stop breathing for a while.
Yeah.
That bike is a 65-year-old bear that's been sleeping and you just woke it up. It's pissed.
It was when I cranked it up this morning.
It's like, God damn it, it's cold.
Yeah, you ought to be thankful. Have you ever tried kicking it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, you're big enough. It may not throw you over the handlebars, but dude, I've seen guys get launched over those things when they'll backfall. Oh man.
Yeah, that compression can kill you.
Yeah, well, they will run backwards. I don't care what they tell you. They will run backwards, and fire will come out of that carburetor like crazy. I love old crap.
I want
to put the old style exhaust where it crosses the bike back on it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Someone else needs an exhaust.
Shut up. My muffler fell off.
He had a pool. He had the pool, and he threw it away.
Well, that's like during the winter when I was doing those videos from my wife's car. I had a who was it? I think it was like Coyote Adventures. He commented about how good the car sounded. Yeah. Fast forward, a couple months later, it just kept getting louder and louder. Found out it was just a hole in the exhaust.
Thought you had something cool.
And you thought she was making a surprise. She was doing overhauling.
Yeah, I just went out tonight and grabbed a piece of old fence post, and I'm just going to put it on the end of it and say, there you go. No muffler whatsoever.
Well, that's all I did what I did to hers was I just took some the exhaust wrap for the pipes.
Oh, yeah.
Motorcycle pipes, and I just shoved it into the hole.
Oh, man. You did.
I thought you was going to buy her a truck.
Oh, well, we're probably going to end up buying an SUV, but we're trying to get her car paid off first. She still wants a truck, though.
That's a lady.
I think I'm going to end the live portion of this.
Oh, we're still live?
Oh, yeah. This is, we got a whopping 4 viewers, so everyone who stayed to watch, thanks. I appreciate it as always.
You're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Just make sure that check's in the mail.
Probably all of us.
Damn,
Always things.
I'd have jumped on.
I'm still waiting for him to drain the ocean.
The swamp.
So we'll see everyone next week. Take care, guys.
Bye.
So yeah.
Bye.
Later.
Yeah.